answer is no, that's speculative. What it does make very clear is that the entire cosmos was created for the drama of redemption, as Calvin said. The cosmos is a theater of God's redemption, what would take place here in order to save sinful humanity. So we have no reason to believe there's any other story out there. There's nothing in Scripture that says there can't be some form of life somewhere. But what we are told is that the cosmos was created in order that on this planet, Jesus Christ in space and time and history would come to save sinful humanity.
Hey yo, favorite hustler. Just because these niggas never knew I pitched. Crucifix. Got away from kings who tend to ruin bricks. Hit the table. Gotta back that work. We talking 2 to 6. I'm lying kings who travel through the desert like a moving fist. Eat clean. The temple is a valley with a pathway that represents emotions from the people that we truly miss. Betrayal from a person you help. Watching they motives switch. My gun Moses. Bullets surf your waves until your ocean split. I'm devilish at times when I need to. How I'm supposed to get when people closest. Feeling like they curry but they often miss. I'm feeling golly. Started from the liquid out my mother's tit. They come around me only to enjoy what's on my bucket list. Y'all ain't part of the covenant. I'm in the stew. A nigga sitting here like where the summer went. Yeah. And it's still fuck the government. The kings and the queens aligning. A nigga loving it. Yeah. I know my mission cause it came from God. They stole a vision and they changed the God. I know my mission cause it came from God. They stole a vision and they changed the God. Yeah. I know my mission cause it came from God. They stole a vision and they changed the God. Yeah. I know my mission cause it came from God. They stole a vision. Yeah. I grew up a different way, I got a different passion. My inner savage is the reason I can get through traffic. I'm moving faster than the being who's sitting and laughing. I see success, make it my business, it's at home and crafted. I'm moving right past you, bypass niggas, it's gastric, my niggas dragons. So be careful when we talk, we burn niggas to ashes and burn the pillage to the people who really was gassing. I'm everlasting, feeling like I'm Madden when I come out. Nigga, I'm shape-shifting. I'm feeling like I'm Saturn when the sun out. Solar, carbon energy will never run out. Demons will never lurk. I got people pulling them guns out. Yeah, I know my mission cause it came from God. They stole a vision and they changed the God. I know my mission cause it came from God. They stole a vision and they changed the God. Yeah, I know my mission cause it came from God. They stole a vision and they changed the God. Yeah, I know my mission cause it came from God. They stole a vision. Yeah. Yeah. You might say, you might say, you might say. Styles. I'm an angel who descended to the dog, so I gotta keep that thing on me. Keep that thing on me. From a city where you be about your talk, cause they kill you for your Jesus P. For your Jesus P. This life is like a highway. I be driving, I be vipping, I be. Yeah. That's why I'ma do it my way. It's my way, it's my way, it's my way. Your word is your bond. You overcome my obstacles and smile and you know that you're strong. You step into that quicksand with them heathens who pray in the morning. The evil cannot touch me, I'm anointed, the knowledge was born. I resurrect the self to higher levels, that's how you reform. I'm living in this matrix, they don't stick to basics. Cause they still committing crimes but can't see their faces. Dirty basements, product in the toilet, they could even trace it, make her taste it. Cause she think we famous, cause the whip is spacious. Tell you lies, people betray you, they wanna tell you hi. Family cry, gotta forgive them and sing a lullaby. Fallen angels gave me the data, so I can touch the sky. Odd job, standing on business, I got the golden eye. Seen it all from some of the realest to seeing suckers die. The key to life is living abundant and growing old and wise. Surviving in the chaos, but I always keep a focus. I'm staying focused and pay attention to the serpents, cause you can't be blind. I'm an angel who descended to the dog, so I gotta keep that thing on me. Gotta keep that thing on me. From a city with
Yeah. Another episode of Out the Flame. The Flame. I appreciate everybody tuning in. You know, I see everybody sharing it. You know what I'm saying? This is a real different type of vibe. This is a real, I didn't even have to really go too crazy, with the flyers with this gentleman because it's just real fluent. This guy that I have coming on, outside of what he's done as a DJ is just a great person. Just who he is, what he stands for, and what I've learned, just from paying attention to people like that, is that energy is your resume, and that energy kind of floats through the universe faster than anything else. You know what I mean? So I kind of knew that he's really like real humble. He's not really trying to be all up in your face and all that, even though he can't help it because he does so much and he's added so much to hip hop, period. So, I was fortunate to bump into this guy one day. I was hearing about him all the time. Didn't know what he looked like, nothing. And I bumped into him at 700 Main Street in front of I had a studio session. And just the conversation we had, man, it couldn't have been no better because we were like just talking about like life, and he understood where I came from, and he understood. It got so real. He knew exactly the address to my building, and it was just one of those things where it was just so organic. And that's outside. Has nothing to do with music. Then I do my due diligence, find out what this guy has added to the culture, what he's doing. He has his own radio. Station, and he's just a guy who loves hip hop. And basically, from what I get from him, from me having conversations with him, he's basically been doing basically doing whatever he wanted to do. It's something that he's loved, and he's just a family man. And I'm very fortunate to have him up here. And his name speaks for itself, and his work and everything else. So, without further ado, I'm bringing DJ Optimus Prime up here, man.
Hey, what's going on, man?
What's going on, man?
Yo, man, thanks for having me, man. This is fresh, man. Love the platform.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Before we even get started, right? I always have like one question, like an intro question that I ask, because I feel like it's like the mecca of getting to know somebody, before you really get into everything else. And what I really want to know is like, how did you first even get into DJing, and what inspired you to even like pursue that as a career?
The thing that attracted me to DJing the most was the the purpose of the DJ and what the DJ was supposed to be for, the connection of the DJ to the people, the dance floor. When you a DJ, man, you set the vibe, you set the tone of the atmosphere.
Right.
When you on the set, you could change the mood in the room.
Right.
When for the sound selector, the person that's choosing the music and atmosphere or situation, that's in the right hands, that's right. Control. There's a control sense there. I've seen DJs change people's mood, whether it makes them reminisce, he played that song, or the feeling the DJ got from that. I really like when you have an effect on people, right. That's positive when you play that song that they want. Like,
right.
That's, and then the showmanship, the scratching, I always wanted to be like, my influences on turntables was like a DJ Scratch, Jazzy Jeff,
right.
What they brought on stage with the artists they were working with, they were a part of,
right.
The DJ is what started hip hop in the first place, That's where hip hop comes from, the DJ, and I stand on that, and I was blessed enough to be born in the same one of the places it was born at. So, it was especially the scratching part, the technical part of it really, really just struck me.
Right.
Right. Because even though that I've produced and engineered for a lot of artists, what I do on the turntables, I feel that will always overshadow before anything.
Right.
So, that's what I'm known for, scratching on artists. I have thousands of credits on artist singles and albums, scratches by Optimus Prime. You know, it's
Right.
been a blessing. I've never been in short of not work.
Right.
You know, that's the
Right.
one thing. It's like part passion, part business. You know, that's where the level is right now, as far as I'm concerned, my lane, you know, when it comes to DJing. Part of it's obviously passion to continue to pursue, you
Right.
know, a DJ career, but also it's gotten to the point where there's a business part of it as well.
Right.
You know, a
Right.
lot of people overlook that. You know, it's like, no, if I wasn't in any kind of business, I would still have turntables in my house. I would still scratch records from time to
Right.
time. You know,
This is in you. This is something that you really, it happens to be a business, you know, it turns
yeah.
into it, but it's still something that really means something to you. Like,
Yo, there's nothing better than getting paid to do the hobby that you love.
right.
Something that you love to do. It's just like a painter that paints pictures. You know, it's an art form. You
Right.
know, and DJs are artists like any other artist, whether it
Right.
be a rap artist, whether it be a painting artist, any kind of artist. It's an art form. You know, and different people paint their pictures differently.
Right. Right.
You know.
And that's why and that's why I started off with such a simple question, only because you're so inquisitive, and you you can't help it. You're going to give a nice, detailed, fluent answer, and that's kind of what's going to make this conversation so powerful. Is because, I mean, just talking to you naturally, man, you just kind of, you have a natural way of just articulating yourself and getting your point across. And you being a DJ, I feel like DJs are a little, or maybe a lot, not as valued as they should be. And I know that you can express the nuances of everything. The way you just kind of presented it to me, it just sounded like, you know, people who are DJs are unselfish because you're doing your due diligence to come up with a set, listening to music, different vibes, you're putting them together, you're creating sets, and it's almost like you want to cater to the room as far as like filling out the energy of what you think the mood is. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like a theory that you have to come up with I guess, with time,
Yeah.
and then you're the one, like you said, you can make people cry. You're the reason why some guys go home with some women. You know what I mean? You're the reason why some guys go, you know what I mean? Them hip hop nights, those different directions that you go with your music. So you're very important, and the fact that you put this much mental effort into it, that's kind of why I just so people could just kind of get a gist of, what you've been putting into this for a lot of years, and you're still doing it at a high level, and you're having fun, and you're very calm doing it. Like this.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I was born in New York City, born in the Bronx, Lebanon Hospital. Grew up in the White Plains Road area, right on the border of Mount Vernon. My parents, my mother, we had a place in both Mount Vernon and in the Bronx. So I was bouncing back and forth, sometimes daily, just, as a teenager, vibing with music, searching for people who do music,
Right.
looking for that connect, people who do the type of music that I was into, like that I wanted to create.
Right. Right.
And
Trying to find your tribe, basically, like looking for your tribe.
yeah, because I did everything except rap. I don't.
Right.
You know what? I did try to rap when I was like 15, and there's nothing that I would play for you from tapes back then that you'd be like, ooh, bars. Like, nah.
You probably, back in them days too, it's like real about, I come from like the freestyle era, getting with my guys, we just freestyling and stuff like that. And so when did you get into production?
By the time I was like 16, I'm 45. By the time I was 16, 17, I wanted to know what made music tick. I already started collecting records and stuff like that, but I wanted to let me get a drum machine. Let me get a little sampler,
Right.
And my mom, shouts to Mom Dukes. Yo, man, she really where a lot of cats didn't get their first equipment until like they were later in life. Like I was blessed. My mom's helped me get things that I needed, and when she just saw me progress, she became more adapt to be like, okay, let's go get this.
Let's go get some more. Let's go, like, you know what I mean?
You know what I mean? Like, advantage one over what a lot of people
over the
weren't as
average,
blessed as I was.
Right.
You know, where a lot of my mans and them didn't get their first turntables till they were like 21 or 18, 19.
Right. They were able to get a job or maybe save up some money or, whatever it was. Right.
Yeah. So once having my mother's support, and also by the time I was old enough to work, making sure I worked, by that combined, I was able to get pieces and things and tools and, be paired with the right people to learn, the aspects of DJing. I had some really good teachers, really good teachers, shout outs to them. A guy by the name of Hassan, I met him through my mother. It was one of my mother's friend's sons.
Right.
I was 13 and I went over to this kid's house and I was already into like Mr. Magic and, Grandmaster Flash and, EPMD. And I went over to this kid's house. I was 13 and that was the day that I knew what I wanted to do.
Right. Right.
When I already had a connection with it already, but
having somebody else.
It took me to go and I put my mom off. She asked me 100 times, yo, you want to go to my friend's house for dinner? Her son's in the music, and I was just like, I'll stay home and play Genesis.
Right.
I play Sega, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Oh God, that like back then,
shit,
like
you know what I mean? That young shit, But one day I was like, all right, I'll go, and I walked into this dude's room, and he was, I believe, one of Brand Nubian. Shout out to Grand Poobah, Sadat X, because the Mount Vernon, the Yonkers, there was a lot
right
of
there. Right.
This kid had like an SP1200, some turntables, and his whole room full of records. And I saw this kid. His name is DJ Infinite, and he used to. A matter of fact, he lived around the corner from Lincoln Avenue and over there. From
I'm about to say, by the Harley Projects. Yeah.
He would live right around the corner, and he used to. Him and this kid, DJ Goldfinger. Shout outs to him. Used to practice together. DJ Goldfinger is a pretty good known DJ in New York City.
Right.
Those two dudes let me be around them when they practice turntablism.
Right.
And then they had the nerve to let me practice on their equipment when usually people don't allow you to do that.
I'm not gonna hold you. Quick little. This is why I love DJs. My stepfather, right? He's from Queens. His name is I'm gonna have him come on here too, because he's really the reason why I even got into like music heavy, like rapping. He was locked up. He's from New Rochelle in Queens. He did 13 years. He had stole Ole's pocketbook and she had a heart attack and died. Ooh. So he ended up doing like some time. You know what I mean? So when he was locked up, my mom used to bring me to go see him. I remember like waking up early in the morning to go see him, and he used to like teach me, like he used to give me all his tapes, Biz Markie, the Alcoholics, Rakim, like everything. He would just give me every other month. He would just give me all his tapes, and I would just go home and just look at the cover of it and just listen to it. When he came home from jail, he came home in like 1995, 96, no 94, because I was still living in New Rochelle. I used to live on Webster Avenue, right off of Lincoln Avenue, right off of
my mom worked at New Rochelle Hospital for
right around the corner from there. Okay, yeah, right there on Lockwood Avenue. Yeah. So now he's bringing me to his house. He would bring me to Hollis, and he would have all his DJ equipment down there. And I remember I would just go down there and start. He's like, "Yo, stop!" Like he would be real adamant on. But I was a little sharp kid, so he started to kind of teach me certain things and how to move and how to move the record back. And I always was like, he got me into the music, and it always was like inside me all of my life. And I always wanted to do music, be a DJ or do certain things. But football started to take over, and I just started playing sports. And sports kind of took me away from being creative in a sense. Mm-hmm. Little sidebar.
So when I started hanging with those cats, like I said, I was 13. I blazed my first with them cats. Mm-hmm. Like, they were a few years older than me, and they were already in it. They had a team. They were a team. They had like Henchman Productions, and they had some.
I remember this shit, man.
And I've met a lot of people in hip hop through them, and they really let me be.
Right.
I ended up. I know my boy Hassan. His mother passed away, and I lost contact with him.
Right.
Me and my mother lost contact with them, but
is he still in your show?
I don't know. I tried to search social media. I've been searching for this dude for years, man.
Right.
Yo, maybe if I could give you his full name on another tip, maybe you could
Yeah,
help me
I'm
out with
sure because
that.
I almost want to go as far as saying I want to say I know because if he's from New Rochelle, you know, New Rochelle is a very close knit community. Like I know Brand Nubian, I grew up under them. Their son Stunner, like Puba's son. So it's like New Rochelle's real close knit. Me and Sadat X got a song together. You know what I'm saying? So I know,
Yeah,
you know, I'm sure if I do a little digging, I could find out where he's at. Yeah, for
yeah.
you
I
for
just need
sure.
to find, just get you the government. You know what I mean, and
Right.
then that'll help
Right.
you help me out.
Yes, sir. Yep.
But yo, man, I have a lot to thank those guys for, man. They created a monster that they don't even know, and I
Right.
always tried to look for them just to thank them.
Right. Right.
And they let me for a whole summer. They let me practice on their equipment. Never
And you
said a
just
word.
right.
I broke a couple of needles.
Right.
And because they saw that I
The
really wanted to
interest.
do it.
Yeah. Yep.
You know,
Right.
I went to some of my first parties. I learned how to back them up, like if they needed the bathroom breaks, things like
Right.
that. They
Oh,
brought
you
me in,
became
like when I,
they became yeah.
you know what I mean. They had a lot of influence, but they were really good guys, good human beings, yo. They weren't like no shit starters and beats on the SP 1200, and I learned a lot. Learned how to loop beats, learn how to
Right.
loop stuff, find loops and dig, and you know, and then I just apply what they taught me, and then I just kind of made my own lane out of it.
Right.
Just found my
Cultivated.
yeah. And then when my parents separated, my dad lived in Buffalo. My dad moved to Buffalo, so I always had like a
Okay.
little Buffalo connection.
Okay. So that's that
You-
I was gonna ask you that, but like I like how you're like naturally kind of taking me. I don't even have to, that's why I wanted to know the ties.
My
How'd you
dad
end up
was
there?
born in Van Dyke, Brownsville, in Van Dyke
Okay.
project. Okay,
Okay.
and my father's side of the family is from there, and so going there visiting, it was like, okay, Sparky D, Red Alert.
Right.
Those are the people that my family that was doing music were working with,
Right.
and pioneers, and
Super.
I started to just really, maybe this is what I was destined to do,
Yeah, the way it's just it seems like hearing like your story, it's dope because it's like you're very cultured. You know, you're very cultured. And it's like me coming from that area and then coming to Buffalo myself and going on my own journey. It's just like, just hearing a little bit of how I was back home at 18. I would come up here for the summers and I would go to school here and then I would go back home and cultivate and meet people and start conjugating the different areas and and it makes you so cultured, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
me speaking to you and being in Buffalo and knowing all about my area, that shit just like, you feel like a part. Like it's like, damn, like this guy kind of he knows a little bit about like the energy and where I come from. He probably understands me better than anybody that I'm running into.
It's
You know what I mean?
different. It's like it's way different than up here. Way different.
Right, right,
Way different.
right.
You know what I mean? It's just like Buffalo small. Buffalo really tiny.
It is. It is.
We come from the
Yeah, like
hop
being able
skip,
to
with the hop, skip, and the jump. You know what I mean?
right.
That's
I
what
don't
we
want to be in my running right now. Let me jump on the train real quick and go to the Bronx. Let me go uptown. Let me go, you know what I mean? Let me go to Brooklyn real quick and go network or whatever it is.
to spend all that time like I have like traveling as a teenager through the different boroughs on the train,
Right.
having my Walkman everywhere. You know what I'm saying? I have my little bullshit looper. I used to loop like beats, head over
Right.
to my man house, you know what I'm saying? Over on Gun Hill Road,
Gun Hill.
you know what I'm saying?
Gun Hill.
233rd, Fordham
Mm-hmm.
Road, 225th Street, Allerton Avenue. Head up to the movies, take my little
Olinville.
teenage shorty to the movies, the skate
Right.
key over there.
Skate Key, man. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Skate Key, man. I grew up, man. That's where all my boy lived right there in Allenville, Allentown, right off the train. The train was right there. Sneaker store right there.
I rocked that joint a couple times. I was good enough to rock, you know what I mean? I was good enough at the time when I first started to DJ out, I would go back home. I got connected with some dudes and I would rock. I would actually, a couple times I went before SNS You know
Okay.
what I mean? Or he
Okay.
was one of the headliners up in
Me and
there
him
for
play Madden. He played Madden. Me and him play Madden together.
Word.
Yeah, DJ Essence, his son is a rapper too. His son is doing his thing too. But yeah, he be playing Madden.
Yeah, man. I think I met him a couple times. You know, obviously he was the the headliner in charge there. So
Right. Right.
you know, I was the young whippersnapper up and coming,
Mm-hmm.
the no one
Mm-hmm.
trying to just get some recognition.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but yo, the older dudes, I gotta say, they all like let me,
Embrace.
be around and learn. You know,
That's love.
you had to have your time where you just kind of like keep quiet and just observe.
Right.
You know, and that's what a lot of people just don't. You know, when you first coming into something, you got to really look around. You know, you got to really pay attention,
Right.
see what works, see what doesn't. You know, learn how to read a crowd, learn to play the right song, learn when not to scratch, learn when to hit the scratch. You know,
Right.
there's times for everything. You know what I
No,
mean?
that's really like that's something really important. And the reason why I call myself the Skywalker, right? It comes from a moniker of saying that I observe the world. I feel like since a kid, because like my mom was adopted and I kind of had to just watch a lot. I had to
Yeah.
watch people and I watched a lot of artists. What took me so long to even become an artist was me watching so many people like fail before me or go in certain situations and seeing how people messed up deals that they was in, being too arrogant, being, you just paying attention to mannerisms and you paying attention to things that you feel like you shouldn't do. And
Yeah.
observing allows you to kind of create your own blueprint of at least how you feel you should do it, and as you go and getting more experience and from there. But I just want to make a point off that because that's the people who observe usually are able to curate, and it comes from a space of confidence, which comes from preparation. Confidence comes from preparation, and that mixture together is usually why people like that usually become successful in things, and it becomes a knack in anything they usually do because they continue that process of observing and applying what they observed. And what I mean? So I just wanted to, I know you're saying it real fluently, and it's just like it's easy, because you've been doing it so long. But that's something I really wanted people to kind of understand. Like sometimes as an artist, sit back and observe the business aspects of it and what people are doing. Watch a Conway and a West Side, because that's how I got better. I really watched West Side and said, okay, I'm not going to take what he's doing wholeheartedly, but I'm going to sell me some CDs. I'm going to sell me some merch. I'm going to travel and network and
Yo, so
cultivate.
there's nothing wrong with applying anything that you learn from what another human being does.
Right.
You know, it's like I've taken tips from some of the younger DJs, some of their, you know, that it's a part of like just growing as a artist, as a person,
Right.
is when you can take in information
And
from other
reprocess it.
sources and process it, not have the mentality of, oh, what I know is just the way it is.
Yeah,
You
tunnel
know,
vision, yeah, close-minded.
it's unfortunate that you come across a lot of people that, you know, their way is the only way,
My way or the highway, yeah.
and some, I think that obviously you'll never be able to eliminate that, but I think it should be situational, you know.
Yes, like I feel like yes, and I know exactly and like what you mean is like sometimes you may be like, say if I'm in a studio with someone and I'm around someone who may understand music but they don't understand the music business, so they're trying to give me a critique and give me some advice, and it's based off their heart. They're positive with it, but I
Yep.
can evaluate at that moment that they may not know what they're speaking about for the specific thing that I'm speaking about, so I can't listen to it. I can't. I have to be a little firm, with that. But
Mm-hmm.
if I'm around somebody else and they can give me some merit and it's fluent, or even if it starts to make a little sense to me, and I may not understand and they're adamant about it, I may be able to, go through with it. You know what I mean, and fly
Yeah,
with it. So it's discernment. I guess we're supposed to have, some good discernment, with certain things.
absolutely.
You know, real quick though, I ain't mean to cut you. I ain't mean to,
No, you good.
because I got some music. You know what I mean, and we talking about scratching, and we talking about the music aspects, and you leave me and you here, we'll sit here, and we gonna vibe. But I really want people to hear, Well, before we even get into the song, what sets your DJing style apart from others, and how would you describe your signature sound, if you have one, if you would consider that you have
Um, I'm able to scratch to how the song. If the song is rough and hard,
one?
I can really put some butchering scratches into your music.
Right.
You know,
Mm.
and that's how I kind of make my name, is by the ability to scratch. When you picking scratches for songs, it has, the tone of the scratch has to be fit with the song. It helps if the phrases, if you have phrases that go with words of the artist or whatever they're speaking.
Right.
You know, so if you have a song about war,
Right.
I might put a scratch in the phrase in a break part that says shells flying. You know what I
Right.
mean? So
We
it's
made for the storm. We
using
made for the storm. And you get like, we made for the storm. We made for the, like, I mean, find something that
exactly. You know,
the
it's so
tone.
all
Yeah.
about putting cuts in the songs that fit together with the theme of the song.
Right. Right. So it's like,
And
and
I
that's,
just
yeah.
finished a joint for Conway. Hopefully he
Of course, man, you that boy, man. Listen, it's one of those things, man. Like, for me, I really appreciate DJs, man. I didn't really start feeling a part of hip hop until I started to get some scratches. It's like I felt like I wasn't really a part until I got a DJ to want to scratch, over some of my songs, and because that was all I grew up listening to. It was just a skill, and seeing you guys up there with the headphones on, and I mean, some of you are battling, and Juice. I watched Juice growing. I mean, it's a lot of like different things where, and I understand like what you guys go through and how they try to get rid of you guys. And a lot of you guys are still standing the test of time. You're always active doing business. So I want to let the people know why, what's going on with these. I got what songs I got from. I got
Hey, real
what you want
quick
to
with
play?
that.
I'm gonna yep, go for it. Yep.
No, it's cool. It's cool. Real quick, cause I just want to piggyback off what you just said. Like, so a peace to you too, brother.
Peace.
So real quick, like with the, I guess we're staying true to the like traditional DJing. How do you go about like mixing in like with this new sound? Do you find that like challenging, or is hip hop just hip hop?
Nah, you know, that's a tough one, because there's good music coming out everywhere all the time, and you know, there is some new stuff that I do like. You know, so there is more for performance. I would say, like, so out in public, you got to be able to mix everything.
Right.
You know, and that's what we go
somebody book
back
you for a
to.
birthday party or something, or
You know, so I can go from the studio to the party to spin to the radio. I come from an era of DJing where you had to be able to DJ in any place.
Right. Right.
You know, I have country music. I have every kind of genre.
right.
I could spin a set, jazz, whatever, anything. That when I got into music, I was collecting wax, and still, I might hear a song. Oh, what's the name of that? I got to get the wax. So it's like, I probably still, obviously, since we're going in the digital era, I definitely got rid of a lot of wax, but I still probably have about 50,000.
Damn. So let me ask you this real quick. Is it a record out there or a sound that you was looking for and you never found it? Like it's like a whale. It's like I'm talking about the
Like,
crate days.
there is vinyl out there. But ever since we've gone like vinyl and digital, and with Serato, it's like I have those songs digitally now, and
you cheat.
I'm not gonna spend $7,000 on a record.
There you go.
Unless I want.
But that's the good old days, right? I guess, right? It's like when you had to go find it.
I have bought the most that I've sold a record for was $1,700, and the most that I've bought a record for was $1,000 for a piece of wax.
Damn.
You know,
That's I guess that's like a part of the game that's missing right now. I guess that aspect of it that I don't think the average person or hip hop head probably would even think about. Like even that, like having records in a crate and another DJ might be looking for it and you got it. So that becomes a part
it's
of
like I
business.
still dig to this day. We're in a whole digital realm, and it's like I still dig to this day, and they still have events where we have all vinyl nights and stuff like that.
Dope.
Special theme. We might let's everybody bring a crate of 45s and let's throw let's throw some just 45 night down. Like shout outs to DJ Cutler and DJ Low Pro.
Okay.
Those are my two guys right there that I love rocking parties with, these two individuals, because I've probably did more parties with them more than I've done with anybody. We've done like opening, me and my two guys, we open up for LL together. Like then that's like a spectacle. Anytime there's a LL Cool J concert, that's a spectacle. You know what I mean? So especially for a town like this. So the promoters of the act, they were like, let's get the three best kind of like turntablists tag team, and we have a camaraderie when we spin together, because we all do like a lot of scratching tricks and things where we go back and forth as turntablists together, and we've done it so much together that we know what each other's thinking. It's like a team, man.
Right.
It's like a sport.
Yeah. Like playing cornerback or some shit.
Listen, when you have a music team, it's no different from a sports team. There has to be camaraderie. Everybody got to do their job and have their lane, and they play. And
get your little arguments out the way. Your little, get them
what I mean? Because we ain't really doing it for us. We doing it for the crowd that's out there.
Right.
Put on the show for them.
We trying to
so it's like a lot of DJs now. When you see a lot of these people on tour, they have these DJs that just stand there and they just push a button or
that's the digital age,
and that's more now than it ever was. Like back in the day, you had to have a DJ,
right?
You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
You had to have.
You had to have two vinyls. You had to have like two vinyls. It was a lot of money because you have to have like sometimes like two sets, and sometimes the vinyls was like 50 a wop or some shit. You know what I mean? Like it was like you had to have money, in a sense.
It's like when you were rocking with a crew. Like I rocked with a group for many years. I rocked with a group, fresh.
Did we lose them?
Probably service. Good thing I like about this shit.
I was in a
come right back in. There you go.
For over a decade, I was in that group. We were signed to a record label. We put out a record with this company. That was my team. Me and those two guys. Those guys. When we on stage together, we traveled. We did a whole bunch of stuff. When you on stage together, you got to know what the other one's thinking.
For surely. Yep.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? If I'm playing, if I'm at middle linebacker, my guys got to know what I'm thinking.
Right. When you got that deep third, cover three. Gotta know you're gonna be in that middle.
So it's like I've been blessed enough to be an influence on some of these younger artists here in Western New York as far as stage presence.
Right.
If I'm DJing behind them, and I love DJing behind the younger guys, because beforehand we get together, we rehearse a couple times, and we just kind of like formulate how we're gonna perform. I'm gonna be dropping beats. I'm gonna cut it up at this time. It's gonna be a show, and then you turn and say, "Yo, my DJ," and then I'll go back and forth and do some stuff, and try to get.
So in a sense, you kind of produce the show, or the set, I guess. Or is it like a collaborative effort with the artist?
So it's all in the situation, because obviously with my group, we're going to be, collaborating and curating the sets together.
Right.
But
somebody's
all in
working
all,
on sound.
if you're a group with a DJ, you get to set a different kind of tone than a group with just a stage prop or without a DJ, or you're just handing the sound man a CD or a thumb drive just to play your instrumental while you perform.
Right.
When you go to a house party and they got a Bluetooth system playing music, it's different than if you have a guy that's spinning tunes, because now the music is not on a flat line. It has a heartbeat.
Right. It's like a live.
Yes.
You know what I mean? They took all this AI, and I'm all. You listen. I'm all for technology, but it's just something about
The essence.
AI don't got soul.
There you go.
Right.
AI
Right.
lacks.
You're right.
AI will never have a soul.
The AI can't feel the room in the midst of the party. You know what I mean? I guess as a DJ, you get to really feel the vibe of the people and say this will be the next song I should play. I was coming in it with this song, but how the room is, maybe I should play this song, and you get to feel the temperature of it, so to speak.
Yeah, and you got to have that process like on the fly.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got to have that process on the fly. You know, when we were practicing new songs, I would even tell my dudes are so veteran that I work with and the people I perform with on stage is that we can make a mistake and you'll never know it.
Right.
Right.
Because we know how to correct, we know how to recover.
I know exactly what you mean.
You know, I'm a veteran stage guy. So I know how to recover from mishaps.
Right.
Because nothing is perfect. Anything with a human,
right.
there's
We're
gonna
gonna
be
glitch.
errors.
We got little glitches and shit sometimes. We glitch a little bit.
It's just like when they talking about NFL refs, any sport that is refs by a human being, there will be errors.
Right.
Exactly.
Not, you know what I mean? You just do the best you can,
Nah, that's I learned that so when I perform raw vocals, over instrumentals.
Yeah.
When you perform, like some guys do perform with their vocals in the background, you have no room for error because they could hear the word and they could tell if you don't hit it, if they're watching, it look like you in the Chinese flick. So so me, I perform just over my instrumental. So a lot of times if I feel like I might not be able to catch it, I could just stop like dead in the middle, yeah. Then I could calm down, the word to come right back to my mind. And then
or if you forget a line, you fill in. You just freestyle it. Freestyle it.
And this is where YNX come in. Because YNX, me and him have a big continuity. We practice all the time. So he knows all my work. Like he's really a fan of mine. I'm a fan of his. I know
so he
all
can
his
fill
words.
in.
What? So now, yeah, that's the souls. There you go. I appreciate you.
That's
man.
what's up.
The CD's not in there because it's in the drive.
Right. That's love, man. I got a vinyl for you too. I got a vinyl. We got the vinyls. I'm seeing you. I got I got that. Yeah. That's from us to you, man. Because you support me. I called him today, right? To do a briefing and stuff. And when I called him, he was like, "Yo, you hear that?" At first, I couldn't. I didn't. I'm like, I heard like my voice in the ad lib. I'm like, he's like, "Yeah, man, Dusty Souls, man." He's like, I'm bumping that Dusty Soul. I was like, that's big because it don't get no bigger than him, man. When it comes to this hip hop shit and cultivating what he's put into this hip hop. If you do your history for the guys who may not know, I mean, Optimus is that he's him. You know what I mean?
And you know what? As far as like Wu-Tang Radio, I have for the last year I've had a show on Wu-Tang Radio, an hour show a week, and it's such a nice platform. And shout outs to DJ M80 and Mathematics because they were like M80 especially. Shout outs to M80.
God, yeah.
Yo, M80 was like told them personally like y'all need Prime.
Right.
I had to go through like the same channels. Like I had to send in a 10-minute demo.
Right.
You know what I mean? They're like, "Oh, we want a 10-minute demo," but this dude really
solidify the spot real quick. Let them know what's going on.
The lady, shout outs to Shamika Bottom and Abkarasa. They are the two women who manage the station.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And if you go to WuTangClan.com or WuTangRadio.com, you'll see where to click the links for the station. It's so easy to get. And every phone has a app called TuneIn, which is a universal, web radio.
Makes it easy.
App.
Makes everything aligned.
Put in Wu-Tang Radio and boom. Listen, it's a 24/7 station. I'm glad to be a part of it. They gave me a show Saturdays, 9 p.m., 10 p.m. Eastern, which is a good time because people stay home. There you go. If you're just chilling at home on a Saturday night, you want to listen to some hip hop, boom, you tune in. you know, and they
Right.
have
We're gonna
fantastic
market that for
DJs.
you on here. Like that's gonna be a regular thing that because you know what I mean. I know what you're doing for the culture, man. So that's gonna be like something that we're gonna like market like
Yeah, we
regularly
definitely
on
gonna
here.
need that.
Yeah.
Cause we can
And a
play that
part
right
of
up
my
on here.
show is 716. Like, there's so much talent in this town. It's not even funny. I have enough 716 music that I could just plug into my show every week, you know, for the last 25 years. You know, it's not even funny. It's just, there's so much talent here. One of the issues with the talent here at times, I feel that it's not unified enough.
For surely. You know it. You know it's not.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Buffalo is one of the most segregated cities in
the nation.
You know, I, as a DJ who's wants to bring people together and, you know, check your egos at the door and let's just, you know, live life and make some good music. You know, I've brought a lot of artists together to work on songs, you know, posse tracks and posse cuts over the years. And,
Right.
you know, I like camaraderie.
Right. Because you're
Camaraderie.
unselfish.
Yeah.
Like,
you know,
that's who you are.
I can't get with a bunch of people in the room that can't get along or don't see eye to eye, or they're so closed-minded. You know, when I'm such a compromisable individual and willing to compromise, and I don't have to have things my way. I don't even have to be, I'm not one to, you know, have to be in front of the camera. You know,
as long as it's unity and things is being executed and being fluent, like that's how I am. As long and I'm a part of any way you need me. If it's unity and adjacentness, if that's a word, that's you're a team guy. I'm like feeling your spirit because I know, you know, that's really hard to create, and it's very important to really create the best. In my humble opinion, if I'm in a room with creatives, good vibes, some food, some liquor, maybe some. We don't need it, but you know, don't forget about it. We're going and just be free. Nobody's nervous. Egos is at the door. Everybody's able to just create and cultivate. That's like the best.
You know, a
feeling in
lot
the
of
world.
people that I work with now, we older. Most of us is married, children. We have lives, families. So when I want to create something, I want to get with like-minded individuals who have a lot of the same responsibilities that I do, that understand, like, yo, I can't be out till 2:30 in the morning. I got to get to the crib. You know what I mean? Or I got to get to the studio to finish my show. Like, you know, it's just things different, you know, as you age, your priorities change. And it's like, you know, when I'm doing music in a business sense form, I want things to be structured. If I'm doing music in a collaborative form or performance form, I just want a little bit of structure, you know?
Right. Yes. Right.
And,
You get
like shout outs to YNX. Here's a young dude, you know what I mean, who's fire. And I feel like he got a real old soul with him. Just an old, like, funky soul, like real chill, down to earth dude. You know what I'm saying? Just like I said about you, I feel, you know what I mean? I really like y'all collaborating together because y'all sound together real good. You know, you get a bunch of people that they just have two off sounds.
Right.
Now,
And they do albums and stuff together.
Right. I listened to this Dusty Souls joint. I listened to the whole thing.
That's love, man. That's 16 songs, man. I really appreciate you, man, because
yo, I was like,
man, thank you.
Sound like some real serious ass collaborations, man. You know what I mean? And the joints that hit me, I'm gonna use for the show.
Man, that means a lot, man. I appreciate you, man. If we got a DJ coming, we would dun 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 dun, like we had the sound effects, because you know, for me, I'm like a little kid in this. I'm like a little kid in this music shit, you know, and I'm never gonna lose that, because what it is that, you know, I've watched a lot of artists get beside themselves. You know, I guess it's how your mind is wired, you know, and it happens to all of us. It happened to me when I was younger. I've got to a point where, you know, and I've learned from that. And you know, when me and YNX did that album, there was people saying, you know, don't do 16 songs, that's too long. But me and YNX, we said, yo, we want to make some timeless music. And we knew that as long as we continue to market it year by year, not act like we're Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole, we're not on that level yet. We're up and coming artists where you know, we're gonna have to market an album all the way, and people to start gravitating to it. And it's not like people didn't want to listen to it. People just didn't know it existed. You know, who do we think we are, right? So now it falls in the hands of DJ Optimus Prime, right, organically, and he really loves it. And I'm getting played on Wu-Tang Radio, right? That's not something that's just given. You know what I mean? Those is like, for me, being from Mount Vernon, New York, and coming into music at 32 years old, I'm 38 years old. There's a lot of people whose music is not getting played on the radio in any way, shape, or form. So I can't, you know, I want to get too high, right? But you want to get too low. You want to stay nice and balanced and find that medium, because I'm very appreciative of that. And but not enough to where I'm about to just go get big headed and be like, yo, but it is, you know, when I get off here,
it's an
you know,
achievement,
I'm like,
though. It's an achievement,
yeah,
for sure.
this is Optimus. All right, so look, without further ado, real quick, I just want to play one song real quick. You know what I mean? Just to, you know, just to show, like, you know what I mean? I'm like a little kid in the candy shop, you know what I mean, when DJs come around, you know what I mean? Because that's the way they communicate with you. They communicate with you through, he's like a rapper, but it's just like a different way. You know, he's rapping through the beat, but he's scratching through it. Like, I got Slimy with Hassan.
Yeah, this is Slimy, Agent O.
Ooh.
Mike Brano.
Shout out to Agent. I gotta get Agent O on here.
Hassan Mackey came down and I did the cuts. Shout outs to Agent O, shout outs to Mike Brano, shout outs to Hassan Mackey.
Oh, you got the team on there.
Agent O and Mike Brano, I've known since I was like 17. Like, those dudes been staples in Buffalo hip hop.
Right.
You know, really.
There's someone I can definitely say I look up to, as far as just to give them their proper due. They're another tandem that has a great continuity. You know what I'm saying? Watching them perform, and it inspired me, because me and YNX, we were just getting a little started when we started to perform, and we got a chance to, you know, watch them and witness them. And that's when I was able to really understand, like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Like, and
I did my first tracks with them in like 97, 98.
Damn.
Yeah. Performing with them since
that's
that
beautiful.
time.
Y'all still going.
Performing on stage with them since that time. Yo, me and me, Ray Skill, and Agent O, we opened up for Sean P in Rochester. That was crazy.
Get out of here. So you know what's so crazy? That's why Agent O is so misunderstood. Slightly. You know what I mean? And what it is because, like, he's very humble. I'm around him. When he asked me for a feature, I didn't play. Knocked that shit out. I went to his house. We knocked it out. We shot the video. I did everything. It was just like, because in my heart, I just knew, like, he's just a good, like, I just knew he's just a vet. You just treat him good. You know what I mean? Treat him like, you know what I mean? Don't Hollywood him. Don't. And we develop a nice organic relationship. You know, Agent O doesn't really trust everybody. He's another good introverted, smart, articulate dude.
I love AJ, man. You know, we go as deep as, like, we know each other's families. Like, you know, we've been around each other for a long time, so there's a trust there.
For sure.
You know what I mean? You know, you build relationships with people. You don't become who you are in a positive light in a town or in a group or with anybody by not respecting and staying consistent in the relationships. You know what I mean? And that helps camaraderie. Agent O is one of the people that can call me for anything. Ain't got to worry about, how much money I need to pay him. He has earned that spot with me where AJ can call me for anything, no matter what it is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He's earned that. You know what I mean? We've been around each other. That I've DJ'd for him on stage countless times.
Right.
You know, we just have that camaraderie.
You know what you're consistently getting from him as a person.
You know, we've broken bread together. Like, it's, you know, that's my dude. Like,
that's the beauty. I love that. That's it means so much, man. I don't know how much time we have left in the world. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm 38. I be looking at life like this. You know what I mean? I'm 38, and my relationships are meaningful. Everything that I do is intentional, because I don't have time to waste. You know what I mean? Like, literally, and I don't want to waste nobody else's time. So it's like, as men, right? And knowing how separated and segregated things can be, when you meet those people, man, when you see eye to eye, it brings you just back to the old times when you watch some old movies where this is in the war. It's like, man, I went on the line with this guy. He's gone. I'm gonna take care of his family. You know what I mean? That whole real loyal aspect that I feel like men we're supposed to be like. You know what I mean?
And Mike Brownow's in the same category. You know what I mean? Because I met him around the same time I met AJ way back in the day. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I
think he's from down the way, right? He's from.
Yeah.
I think he's from down the way.
Yeah.
He invited me. You know how I know he's a good dude, and I love his vibe because he invited me to church the other day, and I told him I was going to go, and it's YNX's grandfather. But I don't know, something about when him just asked me, like, yo, you should pull up with me to church. It didn't seem like forced. And everybody's telling me like the church is one of those things where it's a different type of vibe. It's not on some. It's really like a real free. It's just, you can go there and just be around some love. So I haven't been to churches in a long time. I was always kind of against going to churches, but
I'll be the first to tell you, it's like I am, I grew up in my mom's Christian, my dad's Muslim.
Okay.
Right. I have a family in the masjid, and I have a family at my mom's church too. So it's like,
right. I do both.
It kind of messes up. It kind of does some things to weird out a kid growing up being like kind of tossed between two different religions.
Definitely. Yeah.
But it's like that's for a whole nother topic, man. Religion. That's
right. What I started to do was I created so I grew up. My mom was Christian Baptist. And my stepfather was Muslim. Saquon. His name is Saquon. So he used to call me Walik. My grandfather used to always call me Akil. Akil means most kind. I used to always share stuff. And Ali really is another acronym for intelligent. So my name means most kind and intelligent. But I kind of went away from it, just trying to find myself, getting older. My mom, we're moving and getting away from the knowledge. But as I started to get older and when I got to become a grown man, I started to get back into the discipline, changing what I'm eating and, following the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and getting back into going to the mosque, getting around a lot of masculinity. Because when you go to the mosque, it's just a beautiful dynamic because you're going to have your men on the left side, you're going to have your woman on the right side. They're kicking them gems and you're just, you know what I mean?
I know you read a message to the black man then. I know.
Of course. Because what it was? After football, I went through a big depression. I gained a lot of weight. And the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, one of the biggest things that he was having trouble with was a lot of people from the South because they didn't want to leave the pork alone. And he was explaining, just how to kind of, renew and get back. And I went from him and I used a little bit of Dr. Sebi and a couple of other health people. And I just mixed it all together and I just followed it. And it was one of the best things that I did because I felt like I recharged my life. I went vegan for a minute, cleaned my blood. My vibration really went higher. I started studying more. Writing music, my music was coming out more fluently. I was able to scan people around me, feel energy. I felt like I was in alignment, you know what I mean? And then every now and then you do what you call like a descend. And I descended, came back into the flesh and started eating, whatever, and my sugar, my sugar cravings and bop. And now I'm trying to get back again. It's just so I tell people, we fight life too much to be trying to fight other people outside of us. You know what I mean? I want to. It's all a battle for us. I want people to have a good experience. Want to get one. You know what I mean?
Because your biggest battle is always going to be yourself. You know what I mean?
All day.
That's your biggest battle. You know what I mean? We trying to conquer, ourselves, not
right. People. I don't want to conquer you. Like I don't want to dominate you. I want you to be. That's why I have Higher Realm. Higher Realm. My label is Higher Realm. It just means taking anybody who's next to me and flying with them to get to their highest of whatever it is that they need to achieve within themselves. You know what I mean? So we could be on even ground. And that erases the jealousy and the resentment. I'm treating you as you're my equal. We're creating the image and likeness of the Most High. So we're like the same. Like, I really try to express that through how I treat people. You know what I mean? Whether they're a custodian, homeless man, whoever it is, I'm always looking somebody in their eyes so they can feel like there's somebody when they're across from me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Let's get into this slimy real quick. We're gonna get into this slimy real quick so they could hear what's going on. Like Brian told Optimus.
Check it out. Check it out. I'm not the best, but I could probably rhyme next to him. Buffalo kid, grew up down the block from Weston them. These bitches hate me cause they always say I'm stressing them. My life used skewed like I use mescaline. Yeah, arrested development, moving like a Cro-Magnon. My tongue's a Chrome Magnum, verbally toe tagged them. From close range with the bow action. Are you sane or I'm just fasting? From pop culture and dope fashion. Got dope quotes with the most passion. Whole floats in the mold, nigga, no splashing. Fuck your whole faction, cause when we clashing, you pull a no-show like Charles Bronson. No action. From Buffalo to Queens, New York, it's King Talk. We got the mics plugged in and let the king spark. We got the grams weighed out and tracks chewed up. Cause all we do is rap, move packs, and then produce thump. Be a witness to lyrical fitness. Microphone check.
Harmony, what's up, Harmony? Shout out to the goddess, man. She does a lot of dope things on Twitter. Twitter space for hip hop, man. She's a hip hop conduit, like rap lyrics.
We got words on our team like they sworn in, and when Olive Green 5 o'clock in the morning, you could take it as a warning to keep yawning. I gotta say, queens get the money while performing. See, I'm over here flowing off, going off, showing off. Tell me why shouldn't I get my bron towing off? You could never turn the glowing off. Simple human radiate jams that bring death to motherfuckers like Rick Rubin. My A likes who be like Cena's coming. The mic rumbling, rough and tumble from the jungle, and I'm still word juggling syllables by the couple and ruffling feathers of them bird-chested motherfuckers impeccable. When I bust it and some of my opposition is respectable, but most just don't cut the mustard. I leave them disgusted, and still I'm kinda rusted. Splatting rap niggas with wet rounds are busted. It's slimy.
Come on, man. Them boys, man. Come on. I gotta get them up here together. They roses, man. They humble, man. You know what I mean? Yeah. They split on that, like, real cool.
Yup, back to that tech on the dresser shit. Don't be surprised that we came for them extras, bitch. I'm out here, I'm trying to get my monies to some flip. The same way cons do when they don't know who they fucking with. Heads hung high, round here, town square, round here like yeah. I rub my palms together well prepared. I ain't scared. Shit go from 2 mics to 2 chairs in an instant. Keep it lit as a Winston. Hanging off the edge of the pilot, I'm about to Benjamin. Clench fist my intro. First tracks be dapped to your tempo. Simple as that. If you ain't get the memo, scrap. Yeah, we about to toss niggas demos back into the crowd. Full of wolves on the prowl. You know the style. I'm old school with it like with the low and brow. Many acclaim to send me, but quick to throw on the towel. Soon as they see us on stage, we off stage in the crowd. Wow.
Come on, like, no, you got it.
Yeah, that was a real hype track, man. I remember when they sent it to me, when they had the idea for it, and I listened to it before it was finished. I was like, oh, okay.
Right.
And I started thinking about the scratches. I used scratches from an old school song, 1 2 Pass It by DJ Premier, the D&D All-Stars. I use Dougie Fresh's voice. I scratched on that, you know.
So you're just grabbing different elements to create.
So it's like, yo,
head,
the actual act of doing the cuts, I've been doing scratches for so long, is that it doesn't take me that many takes. What takes the longest is finding the right stuff to scratch on the song.
Right. Finding your seasonings. Like, you already got everything ready and marinated, but you just need to go get some paprika, some garlic salt, maybe whatever it is you need to kind of curate.
I need to find the right voice, the right record, the right phrases, the right samples to scratch for every song.
Right.
You know,
how long does it usually take you think, on an average? You know, I know sometimes it may vary.
Man, you know, everybody wants. It depends. If it's a track that me and my friends are working on, I could take my time and really come up with it.
Right.
Sometimes
find something a month from now and grab it from the.
Sometimes it just hits me like. But other times when clients, like people who hire me to scratch on their music, I have to go and listen to it out, you know, where on songs that you make, I can marinate on for a week or two and just come up with some real, like,
Really
It's
tap
not
into
that
your
it comes
process.
out any better or any worse. It's just that
Right.
it's like I have to speed up the process when you're dealing with clients.
Right. That's all. Right. I know
You
what you
know,
mean. Right.
because you
And you've been
know,
doing it so long, you become, efficient at it. So, it's like,
yeah, I get a lot of cats. It's a blessing, man. I get a lot of artists that send me tracks to do scratches from all over the world. I just put out a record in Spain with this guy. Shout out to Monster Beats. He follows a lot of
Monster.
stuff that I do. Really good dude. And he put me in with a team to do a song. We actually did a video for it too. Like I had to have somebody come here and film me, and then
And let
send
them.
it over there so they could intermingle all the video and everything.
Right.
And
International work, man. That's what's up,
yeah.
man.
And I ended up trading favors with them, and they went to hire me, and I ended up trading favors with them, and there were no monetary of nothing. It's not all about money. It's sometimes you want to build a relationship.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Especially,
I'm building relationships.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm not chasing anything as far as like, I'm not looking to be a billionaire, millionaire. I worked for a company for 25 years. I already have a full
You've seen like the lives of like people who chase. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? I've traveled before, I own my own property. Like as far as life's concerned, I have a beautiful wife and I have beautiful children and adult children and I've been blessed, man. My life as far as family is in a really good place.
Right.
I did just lose a family member, a baby cousin who just passed away, unfortunately. You know what I mean? But God is good, and
love and blessings, right?
And it's like I have nothing to complain about, and us as young Black men, when your family, when your household is going correctly, it helps everything else with life go even better.
Right, and that's something I'm learning from just the little time I've been around you. You can tell, like when you're around. Well, at least I feel like I can tell. I don't know what's going on in people's homes and stuff, but what I can tell from me being a little bit younger than you and being around you and just the conversations I've had with you, you just seem just at ease. And this is what I learned from these conversations, and you just breaking down what creates your happiness. Now we know nothing's perfect, but as a man, like what more could we want? You know what I mean? As far as cultivating a family, raising our children, and you're a messenger, and you create and you spread messages through the needle and how you communicate verbatim with people. So, I'm a young man, and those are the things I would like to learn from. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and my wife, she supports everything I do. She supports, me DJing, me and all my frames of music and all the performances, and she supports, and she makes sure my sweat towel for when I'm doing those real high octane sets. I got
like they be in rhythm with you. It's the reason why I'm not against a marriage. I don't care what goes on in the world. 70% marriage. All those little negative things that people post.
Listen, even whether you're married or not, it's like this. If your household, whether you live with friends, whether you live with family, where you live with yourself, if the interior of your home is not at its zen, you are not going to be at zen. If you know what I'm saying?
Base.
If there's
it's your base,
if there's static, any kind of static where you lay your head, you can't expect a man to be prepared for anything else
for
in life. Commit to in any direction of life if his home, if his interior is not, if that chi is not there, it affects. It helps if your home life is where it needs to be. Then you can venture out and do, as long as you have the support of everything inside your home.
Right. It's like it gives you more of a power. It gives you more of a I said one of my songs, I said sometimes I'll be hoping that comes to my mind fluently, but I said a bar about my kids, and it's basically what I'm saying is the energy that they gave me is enough for me to carry on. It's enough for me to, what I mean, when I go out on tour for these 3 cities, 4 cities, and
my kids mean everything, yo. My wife, it's like they push me to do this. They like, yeah, okay, Dad, You know what I mean? Or she'll say, okay, honey, I know you were doing your show. I know you know what's going on, you know.
Right.
They know what's up, you know, and then when I have events, you know, the missus accompanies me, man. I love her when she's with me. She, you know, she'd be on stage with me while I'm performing.
Oh, that's fire.
You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
you know, she's not, and you know, my wife, she's not used to, you know, before she met me, she wasn't used to being around a lot of people.
Right, right.
I'm a social dude. I'm a DJ. I have
So
to
you
be
you
able
gotta
to,
yeah, right.
you know,
She could be
you.
next to you and kind of see, you know, like yeah,
I
walk
wasn't
into it.
always easy with, you know, but with the wanting to do interviews, and I wasn't always wanting to be vocal on the radio.
Mm-hmm.
I always
Right.
speak with my hands. I'm a
Yes.
turntablist. Like the
Right.
turntables are my instrument.
Right.
You know, so it's like I never thought about being a radio host until I met
Mm-hmm.
my boy, rest in peace, DJ Ruckus. You know, Jason
Okay.
Hostetler, really good dude. He's the one that encouraged me to do what I'm doing right here.
Mm-hmm.
Be on an interview tip. No, you know, he brought me in to when Rebel Radio had its own station.
Right.
He brought me in as not only a DJ, but a personality.
Right.
He said, you're going to do talking segments. You're going to do sports. You're going to do this. And he pushed me to be a little bit of that.
Right.
And he was a good friend.
Right.
Shout outs to him and his family. You know, Rebel Radio forever. DJ Ruckus. That dude
Shout out to
really
Ruckus,
helped
man.
me enhance talents that I didn't even know I had, as far as like being in front of the camera, being in front of the microphone in the station. You know, I would have never thought. And I've been a DJ for so many years. I like to be just the DJ.
Right. Focusing on your talent and craft and just letting that kind of, you know, do what it do. And
he was like, that's dope. And you're
but
dope
you have
at
so
it.
much more offer.
You know.
Right.
So it's like I already had the hosting because I do weddings. I DJ a lot of weddings in Western New York.
Right.
And,
Right.
you know, I do about
talking on the mic and stuff like that. And
I do about 35, 40 weddings this season.
Come on, man.
Okay, from April till October, I DJ a lot of weddings, and I've been a popular wedding DJ. Forget about the hip hop stuff. Just a DJ.
Let's just talk about you're talking about the regular conjugal.
You know, just from sporting events. You know, corporate events.
Right.
You know, like I said, DJing in all aspects. I come from an era where, you know, we carrying crates. I got something for everybody. You know what I mean? Like real DJing. You know,
it's just that hip hop is just more so your you know what I mean? Like it's your main, you know how I have a different type of sneakers, you might have a couple pair of shoes, you know, but you got these J's that you wear every now and then, but it's just it reminds you of something. It's one of those, it's your heart, you know, you love everything else just the same, but you know that hip hop is that
hip hop is my bread and butter. And it's like I play all the music that they use to make hip hop. You know, I play the music that hip hop is made out of. You know, so it's just like the with the production, the DJing, everything goes hand in hand. Everything's married together.
Hell yeah,
you know what I mean.
I want to one day, man. I will be one day, man. I got to get me an Optimus Prime show, man. I gotta, cause you know, like for me, man, performing live in front of people and having someone who's like just as in tune with the music, if not more, behind you, and you practice and you rehearse a bit and you develop, man, that's what I got into music for, to really be a master of the ceremony. You know, I love the bars and the lyrics, but I really like to make people feel good. And I
can't travel like I used to. It's like there was a time where I was doing a lot of traveling, you know, being on a record label, being in a group, you know, and it's like I had to make my lane. So it's like, it's not that I can't travel. It's just that
I know what you mean.
I can't be long distance gone for a long period of time.
Right. Because sometimes guys going city tours. Some guys going like, you know, like going to one, like say you could go to LA for 3 days, you know, come home or go. But when guys is like, all right, well, like I just looked at Benny's schedule, you know what I'm saying? And he about to go on tour. And it was like, you know, he's about to be really active. And, you know, I know, like, you know, I could only imagine somebody who got like kids or somebody and they're looking at it like, yo, you know what I mean? Like, damn.
Another thing is that I've done it, and I'm not against doing it, and it's not that I wouldn't do it again, but it would have to be planned way ahead of time. And
For surely, yes.
I have a lot of commitments in my lane as a DJ that to take off all the time wouldn't be good. But it's like, all right, I planned the show for this weekend. Can you come? Like, there's been times where I have gone out of town to go take care of some business and come right back. You know, that's been but you know, because when you have a show, things, you know, I gotta have a lot of stuff at hand's reach.
You do,
know,
yes.
The lane that I'm in, I gotta have a lot of equipment, things that are at hand.
And if you're out of town on a Friday or whatever, the day that you actually do it, it's like you got to travel with that. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. But man, if you ever have a performance in the city and you got like, depending on how much time you got on stage, I come rock with you, man.
Come on, man. Listen, I ain't gonna hold you. I got a lot of venues. I got a lot of venues now. Dope venues. I got small, intimate venues. I got more bigger ones. So what I'm about to get into now more so is hosting. I got some comedians coming up, you know, talent from Mount Vernon. You know, I'm about to start getting some guys and you know, conjugating the comedy with the music and, you know, the food, you know, and then doing some hip hop stuff. So definitely that's definitely something I want to set up, and then we just rock this damn crowd and get them moving.
And my suggestion to everybody is usually when they're doing things like that is that give yourself enough time to plan everything so things go as smooth as possible.
Right.
You know, and you got your entertainment, your music, your comedy, everything in place. If you're doing tickets, RSVPs, so give yourself enough time so you're not rushing. Because the one thing I learned when we do these things, that your best reliance is yourself. So you end up doing so much of wearing a lot of hats as we do.
And then rushing, it turns into anxiety, and you know what I mean, it's not the fun process that you got into it for. You know what I mean? And I needed to hear that, not to say I was going to rush, but sometimes you just need to, because that's one of the things that can ruin something beautiful. Sometimes it's not always negative energy. It's just rushing. You know what I mean? Like just rushing. And it's 11:11 too right now too. That's like little number numerology. What's up, King? Harmony said yes. I would love for Optimus Prime to be a judge for my Battles of the Beat showcase. Yeah, I ain't gonna hold you. She does. I go on her Twitter. She has a lot of the dope top art. Like she just is a group of them, but beautiful energy. You know, just hip hop people on. Where are you out of, Harmony? I went in today. I was impressed. Had so many artists I did music with. You know, I'm like, damn. She had them all in there. You know, they're freestyling. Guys was they were battling. She does a lot of like different. She's from DC. DC.
Sweet.
Okay.
Sweet.
Oh, you on DC? Holding it down like that with the hip hop. That's impressive. That's what's up. Cause she's straight hip hop, man. Like she got a nice big following out there. You know, she's doing a thing, and I was supposed to actually be in one of the battles. I do a lot of little battles every now and then, you know, just to keep me sharp.
Yeah, make sure you share those links so I can check it out. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, for surely. Yep. Yep. I'm gonna definitely link y'all. I go on her Twitter because I got off Twitter for a while, but as of the last 2 years, I've been back on heavy because I've been in the hip hop world, and so I've been meeting so many dope ass producers. I played some of the songs earlier. Furious Styles, he does boom bap, but he was more influenced by like Dr. Dre and Mob and Havoc and Alchemist. So he has a very distinct version of boom bap. So he's from Gary, Indiana, and so I met him on Twitter. Me and him did a whole project. Then I did a project with a dude named Nums. You know, he's from Jersey. So I meet a lot of like dope, you know, just hip hop people, you know, in the Twitter space, you know, which has been dope. She said, "Are you on?" Oh, hold on, let me. She said, "Are you on Twitter?"
I do have a Twitter account, but I haven't really done much with it. I'm still learning that part of it. You know what I mean?
Right. Oh, you'll get lit quick. Like Twitter is beautiful. Like for someone like me and you who really actually will use it the proper way, it's beautiful, man. I used to, you know, back in the days, I was on there as a football coach. I've been so many different things, but now that I'm an artist, I'm able to use it, specifically like as an artist. So it's dope, man. You'll love it. You'll
Like I
meet a
said,
lot of people like
I'm
yourself.
gonna have you help me get my set
Got you,
streak
yeah.
going. So
Right.
then I'll be able to have something linked to the Twitter and all that,
Right. My guy right here, right above us, the co-host, he's the one who basically did what Ruckus did for you. Ruckus, that's why I was loving that story, because that's how I am. I'm a guy where if you're around me, you got a special skill, I'm going to annoy you a bit. I'm going to push you to it because I can see it. You know what I mean? And sometimes, and I find I got better with it. Before, sometimes people could resist, because they don't know where you're coming from with it. But then I find out how to integrate it. And with him, he been telling me to do a podcast. People have always told me to do a podcast, but I was kind of more so, just whatever in my own world. And he broke it all down to me.
I had to drag him on here. I said, "Look, we about to do this," because I was going to do it. And we've been connected a long time ago, but I was already in the mode of creating. I have like 3 different podcast shows. I was creating this one when I seen him post something, and I was like, "Bro, come on, man! It's time to go." You know what I mean? So when he posted something about podcasting, and me and him already, connected before, and we talk all the damn time. So it was a matter of just like, look, let's do this. And it was perfect timing. That's how things be happening. And he been holding it down for sure.
Where I just listened to him. He told me what to go get. And I'm gonna tell you a little thing about me I had to be accountable for, and this is part of my growth. Sometimes I try to do too many things, and I have a good intent on doing things, but a lot of times I wouldn't execute. And that's the reason why I'm not where, that's why I'm not where I'm supposed to be as far as like at that time. So with him, when he came serious, and I said, you know what? You got to tap into this football shit and he broke it all down. I went and got my green screen. It was steps. He went and got me a mic. I went and got another mic, and just kind of, we just built from there. He's been a real pivotal person because he knows how to deal with me. He articulates himself very well. He's very strategic in how we're approaching this podcast thing. So we see how we in this group together. We're gonna have you in here. We're gonna get you super right because he knows how to do everything. So
you ain't got to worry about that. Interested because I definitely want to film and cast like some of the mixes and production that I do.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean. It's gonna be a lot of original music, so I'm not worried about like having to get license for other people's stuff and all that.
That's easy for you because you really kind of already booming. You just need a little tweak. So you already like, you know what I mean? It's really you just need to.
It's not that hard. All you gotta do is say the word. It's really not. And look, as long as you got the internet, you can go. Trust me. So it's just say the word. And like Akil know how I am. Like I was on I did this is the third the fourth, basically like the 4th show in 2 days that I did. So this morning I did a show with another young lady, just to show you, like me and her did a show. But she after the show she asked me like, how was it? Because she was kind of brand new in the podcast. I gave her some critiques, but even after that I was like, well, I can help you with this, that, and the third because that's where I see you're lacking at. And of course she appreciated, but that's just the type of person I am. I like to help people, especially in this. Like this stuff is easy to me. It's other people it's kind of complicated, but I just been in it for so long. It's like it became easy. So
because we're gonna start streaming together. Like I'm playing the Madden. I'm about to really take it. Green screen. I'm be playing the Madden. I'm getting the game chair. Even if win, lose, or draw, I'm just gonna be a funny nigga playing Madden. Like I'm a funny. We're gonna be on there like with the music, with the Twitch. You're gonna DJ, and we're gonna put all this shit together.
You know what's so funny, bro? You can't see inside my little studio, but I have a wall. I said, man, I'm gonna put a TV up there because right where where I'm doing this at, I can easily set up the Twitch and do that. So I was like, man, I might as well. I play it any damn way.
Give me a little monitor. I'm a PUBG. See, I ain't gonna hold you. I play PUBG a lot. PUBG is a real strategic game. It's a big community.
You keep saying that. I ain't seen nothing yet. I ain't seen nothing. Listen, I got it, bro. I got it.
I got the footage.
Yeah, I went and downloaded it the day that you said something about it. I went and downloaded it.
Yeah, look, he made me download it a couple years ago.
So look, this is what we're gonna do. I know your schedule. So we're going one Wednesday. We're just gonna vibe, and it's a game where this is why you're gonna like it. You have to have continuity to play it, and that's why people lose because you get when you play with randoms. Some guys want to go run and do what they want to go do. They go die by
be Rambo.
you need all the guns together. You need to be together so you can go loot and get to your next destination without being ambushed. So if you go into that game on some like I got shit, you're going to end up in a situation where guys is driving by and they see you.
You're going to be outnumbered.
And they go, yeah. But when you with your team, you can get knocked down. Somebody can like give you cover fire, throw the smoke over you, pick you up over their shoulder, bring you back in, reload. Let's get back. Like we good. The other team is going to respect it. They're not going to come in because they don't know where you
back
at.
Like we never left.
We back, yeah. So it's a game where you got to be accountable and you just take your time. And it's real. It's different boards and the graphics is so dope. Like that game is like, it challenges you. You can't level up unless you finish like top 5, top 10. It's 60 people. You know what I mean? It's dope. It's like a game.
I remember when my son, I got a 14-year-old. My son, I played that Call of Duty. I don't know which one it is, but I downloaded it and they picked me up in a helicopter, and I was just like,
telling you, I
was playing with my son and my nephew. We were all in the same and all that because I got an Xbox in every room of the house.
Oh yeah, okay, it's lit. Your Xbox, like your Xbox is hit, yeah.
We Microsoft up in this bitch.
See, that's why these boys, man. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I wish I had boys. You got a boy to get a little older.
I can't. I'm like that Sony.
Yeah, me and my son play too.
Right? Yeah,
I have an Xbox. Man. I'm Xbox over here too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now we go. I'm gonna definitely add you on because I play that, and then me and him play Madden, and I play 2K here and there. They got a new college game coming.
But my shit goes in spurts as far as like when I could play because it's like
right.
I do have some work to do as far as like
because we grown men.
You know what I mean? I can know it. When after everybody go to bed at night is usually when I'm creeping up on the game, right. You know what I mean?
Sometimes snowstorms up here.
What'd you say?
What'd you say?
No, you got it. Yep, my fault.
Everybody has their own system. So my son, he got a Series X in his room. I have a Series X on my big screen in the living room. That's Daddy's system. Everybody touches that. Everybody got their own, so they don't have to touch mine.
Harmony, what you want, some smoke or something, Harmony?
Yo, you're right. She
got Xbox One, PS5, and a Nintendo.
She from
DC.
Yeah.
That's where I'm from.
Straight hip hop conduit, bro. Like I was impressed.
Oh, then we need to lock in then, Harmony, because
I told her to come on here. No, she gonna come on. She inboxed me too earlier. She does a lot of dope things where she just gathers people.
Tell Harmony to get rid of that PS5 and trade it in for a Series
X. Right, that's ruined it. Like,
look at her.
That's okay. I seen that.
Look at her. Look at her blowing smoke.
My eyes kind of got messed up when I seen that PS5. It just ruined it.
Oh, she blowing smoke like she wants some smoke. She don't want no damn smoke. Stop playing.
So Bleak, we got so real quick, we got a Pavement. We got what's that? Cortona.
Yo, shout out to my man Cortona PBX. Yo, Pavement drop, produced by Noam Chomsky, cuts by me. Yo, my man Cortona P, good dude, from the Bronx. He lives in Rochester.
Okay. Oh, he right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good dude. You
about to play something?
Yes, sir. Yep.
Let's go.
Give me some heat. This is where he doing that. He threatened the needle, literally.
All right, let's go.
Dropping them seeds on the pavement. Suckers give it up, pack your bags and break north. Dropping them seeds on the pavement. Suckers give it up, pack your bags and break north. Dropping them seeds on the pavement. Suckers try to copy and beat me. Dropping them seeds on the pavement.
Greatness followed by debate this. Guess I've been elected by the ones that you rejected for your lateness. I'm on time while you online. Losing track of the minutes and it's a long time. You just speaking for the weak, I got a strong mind. Up top I'm understanding while I'm standing on the long line. Too many randoms, they creating anthems. The fans craving that feeling back, just felt abandoned. Here to feel that voice, so kill that noise. So chill job boy, I'm still that boy. So never second guess the mayor. Don't know what to feel when you peel back all the layers. No delusions of savior, that was Slayer. Hover tried to warn us about imaginary players. Razor cutting facts is beware the betrayer. I will never turn my back, make it easy for the hater. Even Jesus had a Judas arm, doing all the traitors.
Suckers try to copy and beat me. Tracks are analyzed, destroy and vandalize. Dropping them seeds on the pavement. Brothers can't hang when I flow and take off. Dropping them seeds on the pavement. Suckers give it up, pack your bags and break north. Dropping them seeds on the pavement.
You're slicker than wet floors, crying quit with your raw, you done triggered my pet board. The scars I endured, unforgivable, you men yours. Some get caught up in their mind, create pretend wars. Only did with the real, what's in front of me loaded with open arms. So baby run to me from a cradle, find a grave full of dirt, no tombstone. I'm Titanic, the blue stone, living proof. Still ladder the group home, full of youth. Crime addicts who shoot domes. For the loot, Biggie left the rules. I ain't teach them nothing new. I just played them ready to die and left them there to stew. What they do is what they do out of loyalty to crew. I ain't even have to try, and this is true. I won't lose. Just like me and Chomsky, yeah, I know he got me. I predict our EP top 3, yeah, you not P.
Oh, man, hey.
Dropping them C's on the pavement. Suckers give it up, packing bags and break north. Dropping them C's on the pavement. Suckers give it up,
What, you got it
packing
on
bags
loop?
and break north.
I might have, yo. The fucking scratch is taking over, bro. Like I thought the song was still going. Like, yo, I ain't gonna hold you. That shit is like, for me, it's so nostalgic, man. Just growing up watching Video Music Box with DJ Ralph McDaniels, you know what I'm saying, and just hearing that aesthetic of hip hop, and in my mind, like I want to, you know, hearing Guru and just conscious rap, people rap about what's going on. And
Yo, and Premier is, like I said, Premier is definitely one of my idols. You know, that dude, man, fire. And then, you know, it's like when you're listening to Premier's show and he's playing something that I was a part of,
right.
There's no better feeling than that.
Right.
When you're the people that you, because, you know, it's like, as a human being, you want your peers and the people you look up to one day make say, oh, he
don't get no better than DJ Premier. Like Premier is like always everybody's top. When everybody speaks about top DJ, he's always 1, 2, 3.
So hearing him say, you know, after he plays my song on his show, yo, that dude Prime, he got cuts. That, you know, to have Grandmaster Flash grab me on the shoulder and be like, yo, young blood, you is nice. That is my, you know what I mean? Those are bucket lists.
That leads me to ask a question. Like, who is your GOAT when it comes to that? Like, who is an era of DJs that you might say, well, of this era, they're the GOAT in this era, you know?
Yo, so for showmanship DJs, Jazzy Jeff, DJ Scratch from EPMD. You know, scratching, showmanship, you know, and they good ass dudes too, you know. I met George, DJ Scratch, years ago. He was a judge at a competition that I was in that I won. And then I have not got to really meet Jazzy Jeff, but he's been an influence, you know, on my DJ skills, you know. But, you know, I used to, you know, want to be, when I was a teenager, I wanted to be like Hubert and Scratch, like those kind of guys, you know. I mean, you know, I used to watch Scratch videos and, you know, I used to just follow DJs, you know, the Executioners, Mr. Sinister, you know, Rob Swift. Shout out to Rob Swift. You know, I've you know, dealt with him. I've been blessed enough to dealt with him. Shout out to DJ Craze Aroni from Miami, world class turntablist. You know, world class. You know, the cream of the crop. And I've been blessed enough to perform and open up for people. Rest in peace, Rock Raider. Like, I've been able to, you know, DJ Kid Capri, shout out to Kid Capri. I've been able to open up for him, DJ Technician, like, you know,
come on,
you know, I've got to DJ for some legends on stage, you know, Rock him. I got to DJ his set for him a couple times. I got to open for him at other shows, like, you know, so that's bucket list shit.
It's straight bucket list shit. I ain't gonna hold you. Straight bucket list shit.
I was about to say talk that shit because I'm like,
now
damn.
I understand why you say you don't want to travel. So,
like, I'm a fan. Like, I'm a
it's
fan.
Just coming
first.
with it,
You know, I'm a fan. It's like, yo, man, I'm a student of the game, just like a football player. I'm a student of the game. You know what I mean? I'm trying to take in everybody, no matter the age, race. You know, everybody got something.
Right.
You know, I firmly believe everybody got something.
You know, so you ever had that moment, like, I guess while you maybe in mid set or right before you was on mid set, or maybe even after that, you say, damn, I just did that. You know, like I was just with this person, or Do you recall anything like that?
Yo, be honest with you, my funnest show was right here in Buffalo
Oh yeah.
At the Harbor. LL Cool J, me, Low Pro, and Cutler going back and forth on the turntables before LL came out and tore it down.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that was a dope moment. You know, because I had two of guys that I love very much who really had a big push for me to continue on with this stuff, and I've learned from these two dudes, you know, and they're top quality DJs.
Right.
You know.
Nah, see, I love these stories, man.
You know, shout outs to DJ Low Pro. I don't know if you know Low Pro.
Yeah, I don't know him personally, but you know, I know who. Yeah, yep.
Shout outs to DJ Cutler. Phenomenal guys at their level of talent as DJs. You know what I mean?
Right.
And we've had influences on each other. Like we the three of us have influenced each other. You got some turntablists in Buffalo that I know of, and I'm close to him. DJ Jamaican Sensation, Ryan McNamee. Shout outs to him. These are the dudes that I really like built a rapport of practicing with. We know each other's families. We break bread together. We be at each other's houses. Like those are my brothers, man. You know what I mean?
That's what I love, man. That's kind, you know what I mean? Like it's not work when you're doing it like that. It's something else. You know what I mean? It's not work. It's more just, you know, you're just living now. Now you're just living in a moment and creating, and that's what we started this platform for, is for the creators. Because creatives, you get pushed to the bottom of the totem pole purposely, because those are the people who go against status quo for the most part. And when we come together and we align, and everybody's able to create, and you got the families aligning, that I mean, I don't really see anything better than that for me as far as being an artist. If I can break bread organically, you know, that could be the last thing. But just being able to, you know, as my daughter gets older and you're cultivating relationships, I mean, these moments is like you don't get them back, and I think that's what life is really about.
I got a small circle of dudes that I've been working with for a long time, you know, and like our wives know each other. We all have small children. We go to like the zoo together. We break bread. We have dinner. Like those dudes I work the best with, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? Cats that I could, you know what I mean, vibe with one-on-one.
Right. You don't gotta. There's no ulterior motives. You don't have to be guarded. You know what I mean? You could just be yourself. You know what I mean? No ulterior motives.
You know, when you get a group of people that are comfortable around each other, anything's possible.
Right.
You know what I mean? You know what everybody's about that you're dealing with in your situation along your journey that you're trying to get to.
Right. You could think about like more futuristic things than as far as this guy trying to betray me, get over on me. A lot of times people be in circles where they have to really think about in a negative vibe of what that person's next to them. When you're around people you can cultivate, you can really think about like, you know what? When I get on, you know, I'm going to the DJ convention. I know this DJ can't go, but I got his music. I have his USB drive. I can't wait to go. I'm gonna hand this shit out to everybody. You know what I mean? Because I'm watching him put in work. You start thinking about what you can start doing for each other and manner. You know what I mean? So we got The League. It's the last song that you sent me. I spaced them out. You know what I'm saying? But you know the vibes. Every song you sent has been crazy.
The League is my boy Mike Kane and Mark Mastro. My boy Program. I don't know if you're familiar with Program. These dudes are some of the most talented guys I've been working with since they were young. They're a little bit young, you know. Phenomenal MCs. Now this is these guys are a perfect example of what artists should be. Number one, self-sufficient.
Right.
Okay. These dudes can record, arrange, you know.
Right.
They are the full package deal, and they're just limitless talent.
Where they from?
From the town, from Buffalo.
Oh man, see that's just crazy, man. There's so many fucking people here, man. That it's like everybody's
these dudes are some real ass lyricists and some musicians as well. My man is no joke. Program, shout outs to Program.
Right.
on the
Shout out the
MPC. He is
program.
phenomenal. The dude got soul, raps
Right.
with a chip on his shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
Backpack, boom bap, straight breaks, chopped, MPC, crazy melodies, bass lines played live. Like,
Matter of fact, I'm bugging. I think I heard program when I was in 700 Maine in the first studio with my boy Dan. And I think there was, and your name came up too, and they produce, and they're part of a band. There was a group of guys who have a band also in there, but I want to say they was letting me hear some of his music, and I was hearing
so the
some
group
of his
of guys
production.
that are in the band on the second floor is Type Relevant.
Okay.
Okay. We're all in that same music family.
Right. Yes.
You know what I
yes.
mean?
Right.
These guys that you're playing right now, I consider my music family, and they're also friends.
Yes.
Goes without saying, like, I know their families.
Right.
I DJ'd my man's wedding.
Right.
You know what I mean? We've broken bread together. We've traveled together to perform. We've, you know, this is I keep it tight, man. I keep it close.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You got to. You know what I mean?
And that's what I'm learning. You know, and when I hear, gentlemen like yourself and others kind of stress that, it's just, as an artist, as a person, you can either listen to it and take heed and allow it to make your path a little bit easier, or you could just kind of ignore it and just kind of keep getting caught up in the same cycle.
Benny said everybody can't come, and they can't.
But they really can't. They really can't.
1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2.
Yeah. Come on. Y'all been waiting for that anthem shit. Y'all thought we wasn't gonna rock out extraterrestrially. Yo. Damn ho, here we go again. Rip the knob off after you turn your stereo to 10. Explosive shit through your whole area code is zipped. The backpack raps you still match, close the kicks. Hit you like the cheat code from Blitz. Got the game in the mean choke, hold the grip, unload the clip. But I ain't talking fire and pistols. My rhyme give the tape machine wire initials. Known for supplying you with fire to spit to and stay getting higher than jets do. A wise man told me everything in life is a chess move. I'm probably laying pipe to your wife in the next room. F you. These lanes wanna hold hands sweet. I'ma steady keep it moving like a postman feet. I deliver one hit and quit in form of a 16. Untouched and made it through the tournament pristine. The lead. Rap bastards.
I drop lines that'll break the ground. Yeah. 1 2, let the lead come through. Tell your king give it up, cause we take the crown.
Rap bastards.
I drop lines that'll break the ground.
Ain't shit changed, I still talk like I'm the best to do it. It ain't a game, you gotta say it with your chest to prove it. Lame fucks get decked and bruising. Me and Pro, we like go 10 in trunks when we set the fusion. Mark like a stalk when my photon blast. We left the bodies in the dark and just rolled on past. Yeah, the league shut it down, so we go on last. I'm already scary, I ain't gotta throw on a mask. The pile driver straight crack your spleen. I'm too live, my saliva burn like acid rain. Teamed up with gasoline. Mad Supreme, breathe gas, blow packs of green. Big bad wolf, and my whole damn pack is mean. Ice in my veins, no surprise that I'm sinister. You a pussy, look me in my eyes when I finish ya. Drop the play, it's just bombs away. I'm on top to my dying day, motherfucker.
Rap bastards.
I drop lines that'll break the ground.
Yeah. 1 2, let the lead come through.
Tell your king give it up, cause we take the crown.
Rap bastards.
I drop lines that'll break the ground.
Yeah, you like the king of the posse cuts, bro.
Yo, they're actually a group. You know what I mean? The League is those two guys. I just
Right.
love doing their cuts because I like their music vibe.
Their
And
continuity is crazy too, man. I don't.
yeah,
Damn.
man, those dudes been together for a long time. They used to be a part of a bigger collective called Prime Example, which was a really dope group
That's a dope name.
that was really influenced by one of the greatest MCs to ever touch Buffalo soil, whose name is Third Son.
And you told me about him not too long ago. Yes, the other
Yeah.
day you explained him to me.
Angelo Luciano III. Shout outs to him. Third Son is one of the greatest MCs
Wow,
that I've ever heard in my life.
that's crazy.
You
Shout
know,
out to him.
and he will look at you and be like, "Huh," you know.
Right,
Huh.
right.
You know, some people
Right.
had to work at it. There were some people that were just God-given, blessed, whatever talent it is, that they just got it.
With an intricate mind and just right,
They just
right.
got it. You know
Right.
what I mean? Like, can rap in just about any style. His wordplay is unbelievable. Intelligent dude, even better human being, but does not choose to pursue a career in music.
Right. I think a lot of it is, and mind you, I don't know him, so I'm not gonna, the genuine people, the people who really be talented, sometimes they just don't fuck with like the stuff that comes with it. You know what I mean? Like
Bo Gustus could care less about the
I was just, I was just
politics and shit, like, you know what I mean?
right. He's a, and me and him been
Bo,
talking and
Bo.
right, right.
And he's up there.
Yes.
One of the best MCs to ever come out of this damn town.
I'm gonna actually play a little bit later. I'm gonna play the because he's on my new album with the producer Furious Styles that I was speaking about earlier, and that was part of the reason why, because Bo Gus is my guy, and very humble dude, man. A quick story, like 2 seconds, really into Bo Gus is he came to a listening party and we performed, and there's a gentleman right next to me. He knows all my words. I didn't know what Bo Gus looked like. But there's this guy who knows all my words. He's very active. And as I'm rapping, I'm like kind of looking at him because he's giving me like that good vibe. It was like a real organic vibe. But for months, people said, you got me, Bo Gustus. You got me, Bo Gustus. I finally get a chance to meet him. And then it was him. It was a guy who was next to me. And he was like, yo, Dusty Souls. I love that album. You know what I mean? He knew a lot of the words of the songs. We organically aligned. I sent him some music. And he was knocking. Me and him we got like 5-6 songs real quick. And he was my first person I brought. He's my first interview on my podcast because, again, like you said, he's real humble. I noticed that, and I just wanted to create some type of, he already like he's a well-known name, but he got the energy now. He's
Dude is on a whole nother level, man. Whole nother level.
Super, right?
Super smooth ass dude, and it's like he just makes it
straight hip hop in the bottle, man. Right.
You know what I mean? I've known Bo for a long time.
Right.
Very long time. And he has always been a phenomenal artist, MC. Right. I've rocked stages with him too.
Right.
We come from that Baby Steps era.
Right. Together. He was telling me like funny. He's like a teenager. You know what I mean? He was like doing his thing. You know what I mean? Like when he was young. And you're gonna see a lot of him, especially with me. We got a lot of songs together. He's gonna be at a lot of my show. I got him. We had a nice talk. What I realized is this, like even with Third Son, sometimes guys just be looking for like a nice group that they could be themselves around. That's gonna kind of take care of certain things, so they could just be an artist and just be themselves. And Bo Gus is another one who's kind of like a lot of us is just looking for people who just good people first, and then we can start doing the business aspects of it. So people are really guarded for a while until you really run into that shit.
Yeah, and Third is like I said, Third is on that level. Fire dude. He just doesn't chase anything. You know what I mean? By choice.
Right. I know guys like, listen, I have football teammates like that. I know exactly. Yep.
But he's also one of the best human beings I ever met.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's my friend. Like I call him and I'll be like, man, I'm anytime you're ready. You know what I mean? He's one of those dudes that I would drop whatever.
Because no matter what, as soon as he come back, you already know how you give it up. It's in him.
There's no, and I'm sure he has the capabilities at home to create. So it's like I'm
nothing.
sure he's creating, even if he's not.
Yes, right. It's just a matter of time. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah,
you know, because there's been time music just drops out of nowhere.
Right.
And he's one of those dudes that are like that. All right, he's not chasing anything, but one day, boom, here's a 3-track, and I'm like, you know what I mean?
Right.
And as a DJ, I'm with a lot of artists like Cortona P. When he puts out something, I go right to listen to it. You know what I mean? When there's just a certain kind of artist that I've heard that strike me. There's a dude like I don't even know where this dude's from. I don't know if it's Rochester. M. Doc Diego. Shout out to him.
Yeah.
Love playing his stuff. There's a group of guys that are like New York based or East Coast based that send me stuff on a regular, and their stuff is really heat. Like
that ass. Yeah, I know what you mean. That's why I don't get caught up in the numbers and the Instagram. I just look for dope. I believe in the energy. You know what I'm saying? I believe in the energy, and if the artist has a work ethic, sometimes artists can't help that they don't know as many people as you. They come from small areas, but they take the craft serious. And like you said, if they're a good person, I'm tapping in. So this song right here is called Mama Said. It's produced by Furious Styles, and this is me and Bo Gustus. It's the first song we did together. He sent me the track back.
Yeah. Till I lay high around. Furious Styles. Yeah. Mama always told me number one. I never asked to live in darkness, swim with dolphins. Never needed goggles, cause my senses always blend with sorrow. Lied about the time, so today can really be tomorrow. Gotta trust that feeling in your gut, not talking Germo Charlo. Different type of water that we drinking when we out in Cabo. Seen a couple people steal my movements, let them steal and borrow. I'm ahead, cause everything organic, and these niggas move when Simon said. So I became a student. Do you know how many times I bled? Vampires who wither from beneath, I just stand higher. Scanning all these demons who seek, I just stand by them, fill them out, applying all the pressure that'll send them south. It really counts when all your table eating, talking big amounts.
Mama always told me clear my head.
Clear your head, keep on going, nigga.
And be about my business, chase my bread.
Your bread, keep on going, nigga. Watch when you sleep. The snakes is really silent. They be smiling, they watching you eat. And I don't want no problems, but I promise this not what you need. I never been the flashy, please be careful, it's not what you think. I travel across the world and landed safely, I'm not gonna sink.
Floating like a message in a Corona bottle. I know survival, so please hold your bravo. Being a dope phenomenal. Flattered by no hoes to model. Added like there's no tomorrow. Gradually I've grown up, cracked the code like it was a cold Moscato. Was dashing towards the dough, but now my passion is what I chose to follow. Clasp up on the gold bottle, look snazzy like an El Dorado. Sat up in the Bellagio with the baddest, she look like Nel Furtado. Cats calling me El Gustavo. Happy if I fell, but nada. I be to myself a lot, but in my noggin like the 12 apostles. Niggas try to derail my rise, realize that I'm the real Apollo. Not Creed, the god of music in the sun, I move at Mach speed, but still a box to the Akis for a chopped cheese. You not me that.
Mama always told me don't be scared.
You got a problem, you better face it, nigga.
Just follow what your heart really holds.
You got a talent, you don't waste it, nigga. Right. And that's the role. Established more than average without the plaques to show. I was steadily extracting all that data that I had to know. To have my folks living in a palace on top of grassy knolls. And that be goals. It's forever gonna be that until the casket closed.
Stop that. Listen, man. Bo Gustus, boy.
Shit dope.
Man. And for me, you know, it feel good because I'm doing music with people and people coming to me like, yo, how the hell you get Bo Gustus in the studio? Like, how'd you, when I got with Wine Next, they're like, yo, how, Tony Boy, I'm linking with people, and everybody's like, how the fuck, you know, Johnny Hustle, you know, like, it's crazy.
Listen, we already had this conversation already.
Right.
Iron sharpens iron, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's like, I'm not surprised.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm glad it happened. That's
right. Because you know both of us now. So you probably look like, oh, I killed. Okay, all right, let me just hear what they're doing. I know.
I mean,
right.
But that would be good. I'm sure, like, you know, those dudes, if they really pursued to get Bo Gustus on, Bo Gustus has been around those names that you have spoke on, and he would definitely fuck with
if you
those
bump into him, it's not like he just like I had to. You just got to bump into him. Like when I bumped into him, and I reach out to people too. Like especially if I know you're an introvert, I'm going to be a little bit more because I know that's your personality. So I'm going to reach out to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know, and it's like, yo, Bo is a cool ass dude, man. Great,
bro.
Man,
super funny too.
Great guy, man. Yeah, super hilarious, man. Always a blessing to be around. Very talented brother, and I can't wait to see what the future has in store for him if he chooses to, you know, continue to put out music like he's been lately. And
right.
You know, he's another one that I enjoy listening to when he puts out that music.
Right. I'm snatching them up, man. I go hold you. You know,
hey,
yeah, it's a lot of things going on behind the scenes. It's just at this point, you know, with his talent and the continuity that me and him have developed, and then him and YNX are very close already. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? And then I developed a relationship with him, and then it's just like, you know what I mean? He works on his own. He has his own setup. He has his own camera. You know, it's just all of us are really just coming together to form like a Captain Planet type shit because and he still has his own collective, his own camaraderie, but it's just more so like, you know, I'm always going to reach out to him when I have a show. If I go out of town or something, I'm always reach out to him.
And shout out to my brother Tony Boy, man. I love that dude.
Oh yeah.
Tony Boy, Tony Boy has brought a lot of people together too, man.
Man, fact. He's another one.
He's definitely a talented producer, engineer, MC.
Right.
You know what I mean? And a
you
fun
the camouflage monk.
You know what I mean? Camo Monk too, man. Mm-hmm. I know that brother. That brother is a good dude.
Right.
I've been blessed to be in sessions for all of those guys.
Right.
You know, all of those dudes have hollered at me for scratches over the years. Not this project, but the last project, cats like Jay Skeese.
Right. Yep.
I did cuts for him. You know what I mean? I've done some cuts for M80 before also. You know, good. I like working with these dudes, man. You know what I mean? Because when it's time to work, they're ready to work.
Yes, they love it. Yep.
And it's like, that's how I am. I ain't got a lot of time to waste. So it's like, yo, we're going to do something. Let's do it. You know what I'm saying? And this is, you know.
Let's get it going.
Because I already know, yo, as soon as I get some, man, it's like, with this, like being a DJ first, one of the issues is that I want to produce more songs.
Right. Oh, yeah. You send me some. You know, I'll send you some.
You know what I mean?
ASAP.
The thing is with me as a producer is that I'm kind of like Premiere in the sense to where it's easy for if you come see me and we sit at the kitchen table.
Okay. Yes, sir. Yep. Mm-hmm.
I got my MP out, and then you know we create something on the spot there.
Right.
And I'm kind of old. I used to.
That's
be
the best
one
way.
like,
That's the way I actually prefer it. I just usually get processed. Now that I know that,
here's a folder with 10 beats. Like I don't have time to sit and just make beats all day anymore. I just it's
come get you something custom that's going to be tailored to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we're going to get it right the first. You know what I mean? Like,
unless now that I've been listening to your music, I kind of have an idea.
Right.
So you might be in a situation where I'll be like, I make something.
You know, you can shoot me something over real quick.
I'll send it to you. You know what I mean?
You can do post production. You probably could do post production too. You know, send me like a little skeleton, and you may have other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You can see a real unmixed beat, literally a unmixed skeleton. I can still record over it because I
would love to have you on one of my tracks anyway. So I'm definitely going to keep you in mind.
I was waiting. Listen, all these things have been on my mind, right? But I've just been. Maybe I should have said something to you. I got to be straightforward. I got to like.
I got so much work as far as like with the radio and the thing. It's like I don't want to be like, okay, Akil, I'm ready, and then drag some shit. I want to be like, all right.
Oh nah, I know you. You know, busy people understand. You know, So for me, you know, anything that you send me, man, you know, I'm gonna do my all. You know, you get something from me and Wine next. Anything you want, bro. You know, I got you, man. I got my own setup here, so there's no. I'm knocking it out. You know, if you want me to pull up on you, know, I'll pull up on you, vibe out. You know what I mean? Whatever way you.
I definitely want
You know
to eventually want to do a solo track with each of you, and then have one
Yeah.
joint both of y'all on there.
Yeah, that's the best.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's how. That's yeah, that's dope. Yeah, hell yeah.
You know
Yeah,
what I
because
mean?
Wine X has his own like it, that's kind of how we love to do it. Like we'll grab we always tell beat makers, you know, when they send us beats, sometimes, you know, they'll get one from me, but I'll throw Wine X on it anyway. And then they're like, yo, you think I can get Wine X by himself? I'll ask them Wine X to do one, and they're like, you think I can get? I'm like, yeah. I mean, so we could just, you know, it's just, you know, show the different verses, different ways we like to rap over beats and shit like that. You know what I mean? I'm
Yeah.
ready, man. I'll be that's an honor for me, man. I can't wait, man, for sure.
And I have a few ideas also of a few other cats that produce that I hear
Right.
you
Yeah.
over one of their beats. You know
Link
what I
me
mean?
up, man. Listen, I trust
Definitely
I
production
trust
network.
I trust your tutelage, and as well as, like, you know, I know you're not gonna lead me wrong, man. And so, you know what I mean, you have the green light to, you know, to and I know you're not gonna lead me astray me no funny way. So I'm always gonna be punctual with you and do my part as well as, you know, the penmanship and whatever else. You know what I mean? I want to shoot some more content, you know. So I want to work. Put me to work, man, because I'm not working with nobody who's not, you know, what type of
Yeah,
time.
man.
Yeah.
That's another thing too. It's like you know, I saw you were talking about that in one of your last shows, you know, being like who you working with. Like, you know, knowing what's up, what their intentions and what they got going on. And
Right.
you know, it's definitely a change for me, because I went through a point in my life where I told everybody that I did music with, if you ain't putting music out, don't call me.
Yo.
Don't hit me up.
Yo, real, like, it's like, and you got to be the bad guy. It took me a while to get to that point, but
Yo,
everybody
it didn't
tells
go over well with everybody. I was just like,
right,
yo, man, I don't make music for you to drive around in your car with your friends.
right, looking for your aunts and them to like.
I make music. Yo,
Don't
let's
call
put it
me.
out for the masses. Let's put it out. You putting it out?
Right.
Call me.
Yo, my friend hit me. My boy, his name is F Lab. Shout out to Jay Caldwell. So he seen that I was like dropping music without a rollout. This is when I first started. And he just seen I was just cutting mad corners, and then he just couldn't take it no more. And he's like how Infinite was for you when you was in the show. He let me find my sound. I was recording in his studio every day. He was letting me like record and mess up, and I found myself in that studio. And he had a great critique for me. So one day he called me one day and was like, yo, bro. I called him excited about a new album, and he kind of just politely cut me off. He said, bro, you know, I love you. You know, I love your music, but like, I'm not, if you don't got no business plan, a business proposal, if you're not really trying to invest in it and take your time and roll it out, I'm not doing music with you no more. He's like, next time you call me about music, so you call me tomorrow, we can smoke, we can chill. He said, when you call me about music, you got to be organized. I'm not fucking with it. And
yeah, man.
I didn't get mad at him or nothing. I just kind of like, I laughed. I was like, kind of, when I got off the phone with him, I was like, all right, it's getting serious. Like, he believes in me. People started to get kind of like, because I was like kind of avoiding really trying to become a real artist. I just didn't think I was that good. I was like just doing it from, you know, just having fun with it. But it's like, yo, bro, you got a talent, bro. It's natural. So I said, you know what? And then now where I'm at now, it's like all the sacrifices I've made with music, and I just don't want to hear nothing from artists no more. You know, as long as you work hard and you come, I got a spot for you somewhere. You know what I mean? But I just can't. Where I'm at now, and people are calling me and like, yo, get away from. I'm having those calls like, yo, bro, you know, do this. I can see it. You can't see it. You're good. Just keep working on what you're doing and keep aligning with the proper, you know, people. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, I'm not looking to invade anybody's, like, you know, anything that anybody does. I'm just more along the lines of like, you know, working with people to establish what they're trying to do as far as like completing EPs and they need scratches for this. I found
I'll let you executive produce a project for me in a minute. It wouldn't even take me that long.
I found my lane as far as I'm comfortable where I'm at, as far as like right now as my outlet as a DJ.
Right. Like,
you know? Right. And it goes beyond Wu-Tang Radio. It's like, you know, doing a lot of things with shout outs to my man Jules Genesis and the King's Mob Entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he doing the Buffalo versus Everybody series,
right,
which is
right.
picking up a lot of stuff, and King's Mob is sponsoring a lot of events,
right.
And my man Jules and King's Mob, they keep me involved with a lot of things they do,
right.
as far as events and stuff like that,
Right.
And, the few bands that I deal with, I just I'm working on the last song, event EP. That's about to wrap up soon, and then as soon as that's done, then the promotion, then we're gonna have a vinyl pressed, and the steps that we take to put out music, a lot of people don't understand it. A lot of people just think that they just want to go in a booth and rap, and that's the end of the whole.
Right.
And it's like, to stay relevant in music, you got to continually put out content.
You do. Yep.
In this day, the day and age of where you could just, okay, Akil makes an album, but then he don't release nothing 5 years later.
Right.
Those days is long gone.
Super. Like, unless you unless you're doing some shit like Kendrick, and that took a long time for him to get to that position of, and his album was so powerful, he was able to kind of take some, if you're not, doing stuff that's everlasting, stuff like that, you might as well just stay nice and active and put your pen to work. And for me, it's not stressful. I just kind of create ahead of time and just stack my songs. And if I go get depressed, or if I go through something, I can still put music out, whether I'm currently active or not. You know what I mean? I got stuff.
Well, is that even though, Kendrick has, a lot of original hip hop element to his style, and as an MC, he's dope.
Right.
But he's also one of the few that are mainstream pushed.
That's who he has a machine behind him. Yes.
Yeah,
right.
he has a different kind of machine behind him. And J. Cole is another one that has like a lot of real hip hop to him.
Right.
And those dudes, obviously Kendrick, I've listened to his early stuff. I really was in love with. Like,
Me too.
Yeah. His early stuff I was in love with. I would like to see more from him. You know what I mean? I definitely would like more, because I know what he's capable of. You know what I mean? Right. I know what I just hope he don't end up sipping the Kool-Aid like a lot of them.
Man, I feel like, right, I know exactly what, what I mean. I'm with you. I know exactly what you mean, and that's why I'm always going to be I can cater my music to make crossover tracks, but I have to. I'm gonna just stay. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to lose my expression. Once you start making that money music, I call it. Once you start becoming a rapper, it takes away, for me personally, it takes away from that feeling. And I feel like I want to grow to make stronger albums from an energetic standpoint, where I'm able to express myself better, and everything grows from that point. I feel like that'll always be powerful within itself.
And that's the whole thing. It's like, I make music, so it's like, even though hip hop is my first and my most truly love of the creation, playing out, creating with other artists, and creating myself, but I have pop songs that I have produced, I have rock songs that I've produced. I've done interviews just like this that have nothing to do with hip hop, where I'm promoting a pop album that I did work on.
That's just part of it.
Because like I said, it goes hand in hand. Being a DJ that came up in an era where we dealt with all genres of music,
right?
I produce rock songs.
Tap in,
rock songs that are out there. I have pop songs that are out there. I have, crossover R&B tracks that are out there.
You just gave me a crazy idea, bro.
I've worked with oh man.
Yo, you gave me an idea, bro. You just gave me just now, because I grew up on Incubus, System of a Down. You know what I'm saying? I went through that, Nickelback. So now, and a lot of those Metallica, Korn. I would cross over to Korn a bit.
Well, Korn, Incubus, they have hip hop elements in their music.
Yes. Gym Class Heroes was one of my favorites too. I don't know what happened to them guys. They're probably still moving. I don't.
Gym Class Heroes was recorded right here in Lockport.
Ain't they from like Geneva or something?
One of their albums was recorded right here, not too far.
Right.
Yeah. Yo, they got some stuff. You know what I mean? And I listen to a lot of obscure stuff, a lot of Bjork. You know what I mean? I listen to a lot of UK based.
Okay. Yeah.
Yo, UK. you know, cats don't know, like the Lord album, the girl Lord, her album. If you listen to her production,
Yes, yeah,
it's fire.
it is.
Her production,
Yes,
that
yes.
UK production.
They
Them
take it
dudes,
serious. They take it like most of the people I work with over like in like Germany, they have a thing called German engineering. That's like a mindset they have. They really are real tedious and very professionals when they do things. And then the artists, you know, they be coming from the trenches. They be coming from, so it's like it's almost like a more disciplined America or some shit. Like they're just a little bit, they take it a little bit more serious or something. You know what I mean? Like, you know,
I put out a record in Germany with some German cats that did really well, and you know, it's like, it's sad to say it. At some point, it's like I've had more success with out of towners and people out of the country than I've had like here. And especially with today's technology that we could do just like we're doing now.
Right.
Dropbox me a bunch of tracks and I could lace all of them.
Real easy, right from your home. Like, and that's how I started to create. So basically what I did was, once I got tired of dealing with gatekeepers, the little gatekeepers in the beginning, because people go on the gatekeep when you don't have the resources. So some producers wouldn't work with me because of certain artists and stuff like that. I said, cool. I went and got me a Rolodex of artists from Germany, just people I was meeting organically, and then they were mixing my music beautifully. I was able to get my own features. I already had a lot of artists that I was rocking with. So I said, you know what? I could just kind of stay in my own lane. And they was sampling stuff easy. I'm FaceTiming them. We're Instagramming each other and speaking and developing that continuity. And it's easy. They break bread. They want to do business. Fat Beats and a lot of the vinyl companies and stuff. I was getting deals, little vinyl deals and stuff. Like, so I got to a point. I said, you know what? This is where I need to be anyway, because these people really take hip hop way more serious than my friends and whoever else I'm dealing with on the side. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And people who share the same passions and share the same work ethic always will always clam together better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You have that work ethic, you know, that's what makes it happen.
Right.
You know, when everybody share, like, I really want to be heard. I want my stuff to be heard by a mass amount of people. And if a few bucks come with it, so be it.
Organically, yes, that's exactly where I'm at, because we're messengers, and when you're doing something, we know it's come from the heart. You know it's coming from a beautiful space, so our intent is positive. So that's why we want it out. And then, you know, organically, you know, in a perfect world, the way I always hope is, you know, being organic, that the way people can relate to you and draw to you, supporting what you're doing because of the service that you're creating from them with the music and everything that you're putting into it. And I always said, you know, hopefully in the perfect world, it comes back. And that's like the perfect world for me, to be able to be a creative, create from the heart, help other people, and other people around me benefit from it. Come on, man. That's like, and my family can, you know, be involved. You ain't gonna hear no problems for me. You know what I mean? Like that's like the perfect world for me. You know what I mean? Real simple.
And it got to the point where, you know, I wanted my city to be heard so bad. Like, you know, for people to hit me up for scratches, anybody with a 716 area code, I've never charged them more than $100 for me to scratch on a song.
Right.
It's a very known price for me, for somebody that's out of Buffalo artists.
Right. Right. And I'm like that back home too. Like I kind of in Buffalo too. I don't really bother people. I just, you know, keep it low.
Buffalo not only is a small market for so long that I feel that I'm obligated to take care of my city to a point.
Right.
So I never charge a Buffalo artist. Obviously, there's, you know, upon release and, you know, if there's any paperwork involved, like, you know, but it's $100 flat rate for anybody that's ever contacted me.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
To scratch on their song that wasn't in my immediate circle, and they just call me up and then want scratches.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's a lot of artists that I don't know. Jay Aquarius, he's an R&B artist. He just hit me up for scratches last summer, and I said, "Yo, $100." I never worked with the guy. I never performed with the guy. He just hit me about the blue, and he was like, "Yo," I said, $100, whatever you need, what cuts you need, $100, because my me doing cuts for so many people outside of the country
Right.
and in other states and other
Right.
cities.
You
is
can
where
kind of,
most
you
of my
know, you
clients
can
are.
cater how you can maneuver how you want out that way, a little bit
What I
differently.
mean? I make enough, blessed to do enough business where I
Right.
don't have to hit my city in the head for scratching.
Right.
You
That's
know,
kind of yeah.
and that's a personal belief of mine. That's my other cats ain't like that. That's just
Right.
my personal feeling.
I know exactly like I feel it because that's how when I train kids, I have guys from Clarence and Lancaster that I train, and their parents, they're able to kind of do it a little differently when it comes to training their kids. So now, because I'm able to take care of that, I can grab a couple kids from Buffalo, from Lackawanna, from the East Side, 10 kids, and I don't have to charge them because I'm taken care of. Everything's kind of taken care of to where like now it's trickled down now. It trickled down organically, and everybody's being taught and everybody's learning, and now I can buy a sandwich and take care of myself when I'm done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A little bit.
I don't believe in putting those kind of prices. Like I have enough clients that are in like other places business with where I'm so pumped for my city to get out. I want people in my city to just put out music.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And I feel the same way. I know you feel it because you're from here. Obviously, I'm embedded in Buffalo, but that's what I always wanted. I came here, I started learning people, seeing the families, meeting good people. I know I'm a resource back home, so I always said I just wanted to be a humble resource. I know we get a knack for being more flamboyant down the way. I know sometimes people feel like they can't trust us. So I always, since young, I always just wanted to be a dope resource for people and kind of get rid of that stereotype of people just thinking we're fast talkers and we're trying to get over on people all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
That's one thing I love about this thing. It's like, God forbid, like say if your joint went dead, it just once your phone come on, you always just jump like right back on.
Yeah, but it's like I have a really strong Wi-Fi connection because of all the stuff that requires internet.
Yes, right.
So I do
the
pay
Xbox. There's everything needs. You gotta get the premium.
My Xbox is hardwired to the router, bro. It's not wireless. I don't wireless.
So when I play you, and God forbid if the game goes out, it's me. It ain't you.
Yeah.
But I went and got a because like you said, I bug out if my game is not fluent. I want my passes. I want PUBG. I want my game kicking me out like when someone's like right in the middle of battle. So I had to really make sure
when you hit the juke button, you want your man to give it the shimmy.
Because when the game is smooth, you can really enjoy Madden. Like Madden is really fake real nowadays, and you can enjoy the experience. And that's the before I let you go, because I know I had you here for and it's been a pleasure.
Likewise.
And I know that people love it. I got the video. I'm gonna send it to you. It's gonna be people gonna really be tuning in because it's gonna be here. I'm gonna be posting it. But I knew this was gonna be dope, man. It's very informative, for myself and others. You know what I mean? And just what we're trying to do, and even the way that you view me as an artist, those are all things that motivate me, that help me. Those are the organic things that, as an artist, that you can kind of use. If it's anything that you could use to let you know that you're in the right direction, is when it's a legend or someone who's further along than you, who's been doing this, where you already know that they're an honest person, so they're not going to lie to you. They don't have to lie to you. So now when they're telling you like, yo, bro, you're good, bro. Keep doing. It's like that's the stuff that you just kind of you like, I bet, like you know what I mean? Because you ain't got no reason to lie to me. You're a straight stand up, guy. So you know what I mean? That means a lot. You know what I mean? Why next? We set out to try to do something and really just kind of give back to this shit the best way that we could and earn our stripes. We're always constantly trying to earn our stripes because we're new to this. Who are we to come into this shit and think we just, like you said, there's guys I don't even know about that's fucking ill. You know what I mean? And you got guys saying, well, I'm the best. Can't nobody fuck with me. And it's this third son at the crib chilling, you know, relaxing, knowing that he can just make his pen come right off the couch and smoke somebody. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, you know, and it's by choice. You know what I mean? And it's like people, there's a lot of talent. Buffalo, not even hip hop, just music in general. But
yes, all the different
talented musicians here. Buffalo has a rich music history.
It
And
does,
I've been
it does.
dying from, you know, I see a lot of other places getting so much love, and I'm like,
right.
What about Buffalo? Buffalo got an ill music
That's
scene.
how I be
like,
feeling. That's how I be feeling.
like,
I be
you know,
feeling like Buffalo, Memphis. I feel like, you know what? I feel like we're gonna get our turn. I feel like what happened is, you know, Memphis, Atlanta is starting to go around. Memphis is getting to Detroit, is starting to. So I think it's
Yeah.
working its way up, you know. And as long as people continue to align and continue to stay right in their truth with the music, it's just gonna come to a point where everything's just gonna come like full circle. You know what I mean?
absolutely.
So this right here, this song, this is all stuff that's coming out of my new album. I'm playing it. That's coming out. I don't know. I'm gonna try to drop the album, I don't know, September or some shit. This is me and Winex. You know, Winex, I always throw them on different aesthetics of different producers and stuff like that. So this is Furious Styles again, but this is a different type of beat that he created just to show some versatility. That's gonna be in the project. So, you know, I got both guts.
Yo, Furious, it's crazy how we met, my nigga. Like, niggas was on Twitter bullshitting. Kept seeing you work and kept seeing people retweeting your shit. I just started to become a little bit more curious and shit, man. I inboxed you, man. And from there, we just developed a friendship. You know what I'm saying? Like a brotherhood. From Chicago, Memphis, man. You've been traveling, you've been ripping and running, you've been working hard. This moonlight shining on a nigga, what the future holds. Everybody trying to make a move, and it's like do the road. My daughter here, so now a nigga hustle in a different mode. Express yourself and understand that time is just a give and go. I just try to be mindful, it's not a bonded theory. Any vibes I seem to regret, you never find them near me. I love cups on top of the chucks, cause I don't rock a Mary. Shady got me driving the truck, in the guts is cherry. I done traveled the world, I promise I've been around. I learned to conquer my problems and deal with bitter clowns who copycat and moan in their verses and make them silly sounds. I just try to stay righteous and hold my city down. Life is just a blessing that we each can experience. Secrets that was told about defeat, they was fearing us. Life is just a blessing that we each can experience. Secrets that was told about defeat,
7-1, yo, look, we pop champagne to celebrate the small wins. Straight from the bottle, not a drop for my false friends. I never had a op, it was miscommunication from your brain to the bloodstream. Turn hallucination when the love scene. Hurt without a face, then we suffer. Joy turned to pain, and the pain had no color. My distant lover, so far away, music put me in a safe place. My comrades relate, now it's day to day. I speak past the hate, it's irrelevant. Insult my intelligence is taught through my melanin. I'm off on a tangent, it's poison in the medicine to make the mind think that the pain leave while it's settling. I bet on strength when I calculate the years to win. Life is a moment in itself, an experience, yeah.
And that's actually how the album is going off. That I got that beat right, and that was going to be the intro, but then it was just like I ended up finding another beat of how I wanted to come into the album, how I wanted the album to start.
Yeah.
So I said, you know what? I wanted the album just to leave off on a good note because I'm doing a series. So every album we do is called the Skywalker Chronicles. So this is my producer. We're gonna be making a lot of we're already cooking up the next project anyway. You know, he's coming up with the aesthetic, the beat aesthetic. So I'm just really what I'm really doing with my music is taking people on a journey. That's it. It's just I have different beats that help me express myself in different ways, and then I have different artists, you know, who help me kind of paint that picture and shit.
Yeah, you're able to, like, how the beat speak to you, like, you know.
Yeah.
That's
like how you be doing the fucking like how you was explaining. It's like this. It's crazy how it's like similar to the same process. Like.
Yeah, it really is. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, definitely. I definitely gotta bless you guys with some slices one of these days.
Yeah, yo. Man, come on. We support, man. You know, we got you, man. You know, and we just find a song that, you know what I mean, and we just we get going, man. We need that. We need that, especially we got an album coming out called Damn, I gotta play one more song before you go, bro. Real quick. It's called Soul Bleed. So this is the next project me and YNX are coming out with. It's called The Watchers. So me and YNX, what we did was we slowed down from like we never really slowed down making songs, but we slowed down from like because we wanted people to get into Dusty Souls. So we said we want to get. So we just thought we just cooked though. Like every time we just was stacking our songs. And then one day we woke up and was like, yo, bro, you know, we got like, he's like, bro, we got wild music for like an album and shit. So I said, I went and got a producer named Rents Beats. Rents Beats is from Yonkers, and he produced for a lot of D Block, like Large Amount, Styles, you know, Jada. Yeah. And he's a dope guy too, who I felt like people was taking him for granted. So I started getting in rooms with all the people who get taken for granted, all the people who got drained by the industry, who are super duper talented, like Spunk Bigger. He's from Mount Vernon. Like all these guys that are really talented that don't want to work with everybody. I felt like I was like if it's anything, I'm like the energy being. You know what I mean? I'm just the guy who comes and I'm gonna cooperate with you. I'm gonna execute something, and we're gonna get our point across in continuity, and then it's gonna create better opportunities for both of us. I'm not gonna take you to the moon. I'm not the biggest artist, but I'm gonna follow suit, and we're gonna create something that's gonna hit just enough to where it'll create some type of ripple effect to get us to the next level. You know what I mean? Like you said, the game changer. And it's crazy because you said that. I'm in a beat battle. I'm in a song battle, and they came up with a flyer, and everybody has different names. And I'm gonna show you. They that's what they call me. I'm gonna show you right here because it's on the spot, so you know I ain't have a chance to set it up real quick. I'm gonna show you exactly what they called me, bro. It's just gonna bug you out. I meant to show you this when I got
it's a joint. It's a stream joint, or it's a joint you gotta go to.
So basically it's on Clubhouse. So on Clubhouse, I go there, and it's like what they do is they do song battles, right? Team battles. So you have different teams who have different genres of music. So you got some guys who sing, some guys who make more mainstream. So I'm the conscious artist out of everybody, and so I got the conscious. They let me do send them beats with bars. They send me story. I send them story songs and stuff like that. So they sent me my flyer, and this is the name they came up with. Can you see it? The Game Changer.
All right.
And remember when you was talking to me, he was like, yo, bro. He was like, bro, you're a game changer. Like, he was explaining it to me. He was like, you're a game changer, bro. And it's crazy. As soon as I got home that night, because I had to jump on the Clubhouse, they started sending us our badges. Those are our badges. And they called me the game changer. And I just dying laughing, bro. Shit like that is just like, come on now. Like, what the fuck? I'm like, come on. And so basically this song right here is called Soul Bleed. We're actually getting this mix. It's a rough cut, but it's mixed, you know, decently. And this is the type of vibe that, you know, people want us on gritty beats. So we went and, you know, we kind of went and tapped in. So this is called Soul Bleed. This is the new sound that me and YNX is about to hit him with. It kind of picked up a little bit off.
You know, I was just a kid, you know, seeing a lot of different things growing up. Moms are struggling, pops are struggling, you know, that's like same shit. Me and all my friends just going through that shit. Some of my friends even had it worse. But we all just kind of like blended in and we came out. Consider everybody warriors, kings and the queens, and survivors. Guard your heart, gotta move your pivot, every move is costly, dusty souls. Remnants of pain, just keep the devil off me, tell you words, manipulate your soul, you hear the whisper softly, they on point. You know what come with fame when they feeling salty. Wasn't fearing, Jesus staring, I was filled with hope. We paddled fast and we could swim, we saw the whales was close. I took my pen, I wrote my pain, the only way to cope. I rode my wave and paved the way, they tried to sell my boat. Vernon was my birthplace, Buffalo my second home. Playing ball with Celtics, it was fate the way I met with Rome. Give me my first 8 ball, that's the fucking way we set the tone. Isolated, focus on my hustle, couldn't call my phone. Many lessons on this journey I can't say on wax. I traveled lands and ran through women, then I ran through packs. And that's the reason y'all can resonate, this shit is facts. To my survivors in the jungle, gotta tip my hat. Walking through the fire of greatness, you see my soul bleed.
Learning about the power of prayer, sitting on both knees.
Walking through the fire of greatness until my soul leave.
I grew used to the pain, niggas got cold feet.
Walking through the fire.
YNX 7-1.
Walking through the fire of greatness, you see my soul bleed.
The truth follow me, I lied to myself in the mist. It's soul robbery, ignorant bliss. Dirty piss, tell me, is this life really a gift? You spend the night with bad memory trips. It's so malicious within every risk. We came from the city where hate is born. Cold hearts never invest. Can't weather us through the storm and regret. I saw less with my ears open to comprehend. The lost souls that wasn't my friends. Beginning to end of the clear thoughts and common sense. I studied revenge, but demons soon came to repent. My soul always win. Molded from prints in my fingertips. My team legit. I caught a glimpse of the future, but seen the shit. I pray to God protect my soul, my body numb. Detox my lungs when stress is coming to me by the bunch. Separate the needs and wants, gotta prioritize. Never force to lie, truth be told, niggas mortified. It's who I am.
Walking through the fire of greatness, you see my soul bleed.
Learning about the power of prayer, sitting on both knees.
Walking through the fire of greatness until my soul leave.
I grew used to the pain, niggas got cold feet.
Walking through the fire. Walking through the fire of greatness, you see my soul bleed.
Yes, that I love that joint, man.
That definitely was. Hell yeah, man, for sure,
man. So that's basically what I, because you've been around. It's like we're at that stage, man, where we're just trying to execute, man. Just try to just.
Yo, the shit got substance too, man.
Right. Thank you.
Something I can nod my head to. That beat.
Yeah, Rents, man. He got
whoever
that.
made that beat. What'd you say his name was?
Rents Beats, RENTZ, Rents Beats, man.
Rents
Super. Beat. He got that. He another one who sent he came to my house one. He's in his 40s. Came to my house, took an Uber from Connecticut, and cooked up right in front of me. He goes, come on. He like, you wanted to cook, right? I've been waiting to cook with you. He came to my house, man, and just cooks up, man, like a little kid. And like that's why I understand, that's what I'm used to. Getting next to people, just vibing out, smoking and just chilling, man. And I record right there on the spot. You know what I mean? Like I record quickly because you cooking up something catered to me right there and there. And I've just been in rooms for so long where I'm used to I don't even rush my music. I write so much, it don't really take me too long, especially if I'm in a good environment. Forget about it.
Hell yeah.
Forget about it.
Love that shit, man. That camaraderie, when you're able to work with people, man, and shit just come out so beautifully. You know what I mean?
Right.
I think that, and that's what I love. That's my dream for 716 artists, man, because I've seen the capabilities.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I just want to see like camaraderie. I don't want to see people just like bickering. I just want to see people check their egos and keep an open mind and, learn to communicate, say how you feel, and
right.
You know what I mean? Be able to work with everybody, especially me from a DJ's perspective. That's what a DJ wants to see.
Right. Because you be able to break more tracks with you know what I mean? You can see the vision. It's like it breaks that that lane of alignment, and it hurts a lot of us too in a sense because everybody who's winning in all these states, they figure it out eventually. Everybody who kind of gets to a point where they start figuring out they have this nice run. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So you get that run with the continuity when we keep beefing and all that. It just, you get guys who make it in spurts. You get guys who find it's not the trickle down that we would love. You know what I mean? So
that's why I feel it's important to be 100% clear with people when you're dealing with,
intentional.
People, let everybody know what you're intentional, what you're trying to do, and not be on no sneaky shit. And it's like when I work with people, I'm like, everything's open. I'm not into like keeping things from anybody, or when you work with people, you just want everything to be kind of wide open
around the table. Yeah, for surely, no hidden motives. It doesn't have to. It's real simple. Even if you're doing business, we might have to sign a contract for an album or something. It's right there. We just have to do it for legal causes. But it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I always send people their splits, DJs their splits. DJ JF. Remember I called him. He's like, "Yo, I like you," because I sent him a split. He DJ'd it. I gave him his 33%. You know what I'm saying? We did 33 all the way across. Even the producer loved them so much. He was like, producer usually gets 50, but and I might do 25, 20. We just did 33 all the way across. We treated him like he was an artist because he was. You like an artist. You fucking cutting all throughout the beat. It's like you singing or some shit. Like you're like a 16 or something.
And that's pretty much, like I said, it's not all about the dollar right there.
Oh yeah, for sure. No,
Just, like I always tell the people that I work with on a regular basis, if there's money to be made, then we just kind of like split it all ways necessary.
right.
You know?
Right.
It's just, when you find your lane, depending what you're trying to do, and you're trying to brand yourself, you just want to put the best foot forward when especially when you're trying to build a brand for yourself.
Right.
And even though it's nice to have the support of, people when you make your intentions known, what you're trying to do, and it's
Right.
wide, and so for everybody to see, you know what I mean? Because a lot of people just do a lot of talking, but they don't have nothing to show.
The action, right? I call it talking and manifest. Like, it bugs me after a while when people just keep saying the same thing and over, and you're trying to go in the world with them, but I need the physical body to, the physical body got to do shit too. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I gotta move.
Yeah, people just want to do, certain things, and it's like, I get it, and it's like if that's what you want to be, then that's exactly what you're going.
Exactly right.
100%.
Like, it's
everybody can't go.
That shit. I'm telling you, like, that Benny album, is so relevant for this time, and then all his albums usually hit because his albums have concepts. You know what I'm saying? And he knows how to articulate with the point he's trying to get across. So for me, being an artist who's walking right on that path behind him, it resonates to me. It's like he's giving me the rule book a little early. It's like he's telling you artists, like, yo, this is what comes with it, man. Like, tap in. He's breaking it all down.
I give him props too. I give all three of them props. I've known them before they were out there,
right?
And I know them after they're out there, and it didn't change those guys.
Right.
They'll come home back to Buffalo. They wasn't those kind of guys that just kind of made it and was like, we out.
Right.
Those dudes come home. A lot of them said Conway be home here in town.
Dead ass. Yep.
You know what I mean? But West Side's always flying. He just, the Fly God, his brand is getting so big. And Alvin will tell you, West Side, shout out to West Side Gun.
Yes, sir. Shout out to the king. That's my guy.
It's not always the money. It's the brand that he tried to build with the fashion. It wasn't music. The music was really ended up being.
It was kind of like the last thing. It was. He already. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
His relationships. What I really wanted people to pay attention to, and that's why I'm so open to speak about it all the time, is because it was like I'm watching him, in different rooms with artists. He's helping them. He helped a lot of mainstream artists get back on their feet after they were drained by the industry and they didn't know how to move as an independent artist. And that's what I wanted people. So when I see people hate every now and then, and I see people go through that bullshit, it's like, yo, you got to really pay attention to, like, he opened the lane for us and showed us that this shit is possible. 2012 and 2010, 2011, when I was seeing him move, I directly said, I'm about to start writing music. I had a CD of his, Devil Wears Hermes. And I'm like, yo, he's around my age. He's making dope ass music and he's doing boom bap. He's from Buffalo and he's selling it. I'm doing that. I'm gonna find a way to get good enough to where I can do that. You know what I mean? That was big.
Remember, it's about the total brand,
right?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like he loved that fashion lane.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So the dude, and then dignitarian fashion moguls,
right?
Bringing, the dude did some slick shit, and I peeped it out. Like, he brought like a couple fashion moguls like together on joint ventures, and he got his end off that shit,
right?
In a situation that he created, which was very smart. Let me tell you, the dude is a smart brother. You know what I mean?
He really is.
Real smart brother, real down to earth dude. He ain't, he making a good coin for himself and for his family. And when I see the dude, his personality has not changed.
For sure, yep.
You know what I mean? He's still the same thing. Same thing with Benny. Same thing with Conway.
Right.
When I talk to these dudes eye to eye, face to face,
right.
The vibes never changed.
Right. Right.
You know
now that not, and I'm not just saying, like, like, for instance, I met Conway on tour. I met him a few times. We have a nice, and then I said happy birthday to him the other day with the picture of us. He went right on there. Yo, thank you, King. You know what I mean? Like Wes, I want to call him Alvin because, you know, that's the name on Facebook. Me and him been Facebook friends for about 15, 20 years. But just the acknowledgement. I don't want anything from nobody, but the fact that, you know, like he'll post something, I'll comment, he'll comment right back, or I'll share something, he'll share it again. You know, just a normal interaction is dope. And so for me, being from Mount Vernon, New York, where, you know, people are looking up and admiring what's going on up here, but for me to be sanctioned up here, meeting guys like yourself, you know, just being intertwined and being considered, you know, I'm on some of the same mixtapes with these guys. You know, some people put my music right next to, you know, so, you know, a shout out to those guys for paving the way and making it dope again to get into, you know, selling your art and creating rollouts and, you know, and rapping over a certain aesthetic of beats.
And another thing is, like, with everything they have done, they always, every 4 words that come out of their mouth is Buffalo, Buffalo.
Right.
And if you can't respect that alone, I don't know what to tell you, because I'm going to tell you, and, you know, people listening in would have to be crazy to think that my business ain't fly up since they broke.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Because every artist that I work with out of Buffalo, the first question they ask me, yo, you know those Griselda niggas? Because they know I'm out of Buffalo. They're like, yo, you know those Griselda?
Right.
How they ask.
I ain't gonna hold you. No, for sure. Even word.
And
they be like, you in Buffalo, right? Yo, you be bumping into Benny and them? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just a curious, you know, dynamic for sure.
When people are trying to get to know you and know where, you know, where you're coming from or where you're from, they ask questions like that.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? And I'm like, yeah, of course, you know what I mean? And obviously people who figure out my involvement in Buffalo hip hop over the years would, you know, there's not a lot that have gotten to a certain level, and I don't.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I've been in all the big parties, and I've been blessed to be at all the big events, and you know, to be, you know, to keep my name respectable, you know, because I treat everybody the same with a certain respect. You know, everybody know what they're gonna get from Prime. Nobody can ever look at their phone when I call them and they're like, "Oh, what the fuck this nigga want now?"
Right.
Use my French, but that's
right. I know what you mean. No, you good.
I never, you know. I remember it's a choice to be who you are in life.
Right.
You know what I mean? I never want somebody to pick up their phone and be like, yo, what the hell does he want now?
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. I don't wish that. That's not how I carry my life. I've never called anybody up and asked them for anything unless it was something that we could do together and we both benefit from, not just benefit from whether it's a monetary stance, whether it's just a creative stance, maybe it's an opportunity for us to do something we've never done.
Right.
You know, it's just covering things on different levels, you know. And I've learned that unfortunately some people I've had to put into a bracket, and I love working with people I don't have to put into a bracket.
Right.
Because I never wanted to be in that bracket where I call somebody, I call you up, and you be like, "Yo, man, what the hell is this dude want?"
Yeah, man. Right.
Especially when you've been a victim of that before. You know.
Yes.
I have people that just holler at me. I have a few people that just holler at me because they need something.
And those,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I come across people,
and you know it, and they just think you don't know it. They're like insulting your intelligence a little bit. It's like, yo.
When I meet or when I come across people that I know that are traveling on tour, artists, whether they have a name or they don't, how are you? How are you doing? How's your family? I know being away from home is tough. You know what I mean? You got to approach people as human beings first.
You
know what I mean? And I can't stand, like, you know, it's like some people just meet people and they want to be fanboys, and that's cool and all. Take a picture and be gone. But if you're working, trying to create people and performers that come to town and draw people in town, you want to have some kind of, you know, oh, I dealt with Prime, you know, like Crisis.
Some rapport, like a rapport.
Like, shout outs to Crisis, you know, that studied under like Ninth Wonder.
Ninth, I know Carolina,
you know, Ito and Crisis. What was that? Jericho Jackson. No. Yeah. Ito's another cat. That's
dope. My boy. That's my big brother right there.
Yeah, he's
That's
dope.
my boy.
And then there's another MC
Shout out to
and
E.
Crisis formed Jericho Jackson, and have been to Buffalo, and you know, when I hear that they're coming, I would reach out. Cats like Napoleon the Legend.
Right.
Shout out to Napoleon the Legend.
Is he from Rochester?
No, he's from New York City.
Okay.
You know, I think his family, I think he's actually from Africa, to be honest with you. But he speaks like 5 different languages, and he's a very talented dude. He's on my show a lot as far as I play a lot of his music. Napoleon the Legend is fire, you know, and he puts out music, stays relevant, puts out music with a lot of people. Chuck Chan, my boy Chuck Chan.
Yep, I got a song with him. I've been blessed through Agent O. You know, he put me on.
Chuck Chan, shout out to Chuck Chan. Chuck Chan is a phenomenal dude, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? A real smart, intelligent. You know what I mean? And
I could tell through his verse. He aired that on some real grown, smooth. You know what I mean? Like that was I like that. That was a real good track with us 3.
And he produces. He produces also. He makes beats. You know, also he got some gritty shit. You know what I mean? To reach out to him for a beat one of these days. Be like, yo, man, Prime said you got beats. You know
I am. Agent O too. Agent O, y'all. I mean, Agent O. It's like,
yo, I wouldn't even put myself on the. Remember, I'm a DJ first, so I wouldn't even put myself in a production category. I don't listen. When I choose to be cocky, it's because I'm a turntablist and I come from a battle background.
I know exactly. That's how I feel in football. Like football is my cocky thing. Football is like my. You know what I mean?
You know, I'll go into a beat battle just to put my name into the hat, but I don't claim to be a top producer at no means whatsoever.
Right.
You know, it's something that come across you like
just do what you do.
Yeah.
Right.
I do what I do. If the person likes it, want to rap on it, they do. If they don't, my feelings are not hurt.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I'm gonna put my shit into it. Like I'm gonna try.
Right. You just have a perspective. You have an understanding of it's all how you look at it. Like basically.
I don't. When somebody, I learned that not everybody's gonna like what you do all the time.
Right. 100%.
And my feelings are not hurt when a man looks me in the eye and says, I don't like it. I don't get feelings off it. I've been doing this for long enough to understand that
dynamic.
Everything is
butter. The way you want it to be. Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not all about me, because you got to think about why you make music in the first place, for somebody else to listen to it.
Exactly. And you got to cater, and everybody's not gonna like the way you make your mac and cheese. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
exactly.
And but you cater. You start seeing everybody coming back and they feeling the line for it. Yeah. You cater to them.
You tell somebody you don't like it, they get all bent out of shape.
Oh
they
my
butt
God,
hurt.
yeah.
I'm not saying that it's whack. I'm just saying I don't like it just because you know.
I actually for me, I'm a weirdo. I'm a Pisces. I'm like when people. I've never had no one say they like my music, but I've had people say, you know, they didn't like a song or something, and it's very unique because I'm weird. I love people being honest with me and actually not liking it because there's it's like they're different. There's something that you think everybody's gonna like it, but they don't. And it's like, and then when they tell you why, it's like it's unique to me because they have their own mind and they're not scared to tell you. You know what I mean? So I want people to be free and be able to feel like they can express themselves to me because I don't never want nobody to have to be something that they're not just to make me.
I ain't never gonna side eye somebody because they didn't like it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm too busy concentrating on the people that do.
You know what I'm saying? And that's really how easy it really. That's what I'm saying. Like you just cater to those people because you know, and that they get mad sometimes. You know, as an artist, this is what I have to learn too. When you have support and artists going in like, no, it's supporting my album and blah blah blah. It's like you're doing your real supporters like an injustice because they're like, man, screw them. We got you. You know, stick to us. We're the ones. We're your real fan base. That's all. Now you just build with us and we'll cultivate you. But we get a little upset at times, and you know that kind of it could push people off a little bit.
Yeah, it's. I just learned to control my thought process and emotions when it comes to a lot of stuff, and it comes with time. We all trying to be better than yesterday than we was yesterday in the growth process. Myself on choosing to keep the respect and the upfrontness as far as the worst thing you do is lead somebody on like, yo, it's hot. and it ain't, you know.
Right.
I'll just be like, yo,
Answer
man,
is
you gotta go back
no,
to the
that's-
drawing board. You gotta go back to the drawing board, you know.
Yeah, that's the funny thing. You ever watch the movie Program? The football movie, The Program, back in the
Oh
days
yeah,
before.
yeah.
And you had to do it on steroids, right? And remember, he was sitting next to the girl, and she was real small, and he's like, "What are you leading me on?" Like he was like on her face. He's like, "What are you leading me on?" And it just, I'm a funny dude. It just made me like, I wish I had like a sound bite, like what are you leading me on? It was like the funniest thing. That's the funny movie. It just made me think about that, because when you lead people on, you're manipulating them, and you just don't know how they're gonna react to that. You know, you're
There's
playing with
cats that
people's
I
mind.
know that are dope that I won't even touch because
Surely,
got too
right,
much drama.
right,
You know what I
right,
mean? Like
right.
there's some artists that live in that have lived in this town, and some that even lived elsewhere that I just, you know, too much drama. I'm at the age now where I choose who I work with. You know, obviously I have people that I don't know, you know, contact me even out of the blue, but I even try to fill them out a little bit before I even, you know, because I've just got this realm where, you know, I'm so self-sufficient in my lane that I don't need anybody.
Right.
And it's like,
right,
you know, it's
and you
always
earned that
blessed.
work for that. You know what I mean? It's one of those things, you put a lot of work in for that. You know what I mean? Like,
You know, so you know, I choose, you know what I mean? Like I holler at you, I was like, yo, man, you got something going on at Bridge? Like, I'm pull up.
right,
You know, let
right,
me pull up because
right,
I like y'all vibe. I like what y'all
right.
do.
And that was love, man. I appreciate you. You definitely put right up.
You know,
Word.
I pull right up and I enjoy myself. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right. Thank you.
Talking and seeing, you know, the artists you brought, you know what I mean? That shit was dope, man. That shit
Nah,
was
well,
dope.
nice little intimate, and I think that's what hip hop is, man. You know, Hook's Arthur, you know, and he loved it, man. And him and his girl was able to kind of come up, and I just wanted to create that nice little relationship. And the fact that you came, you know, that was like improv. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
and if it's anything that highlighted his trip, you know, once he did his due diligence and got a chance to find out who he was, because he met you organically. You know, it wasn't like you was coming in letting, you know, everybody know who you was. You just chilling.
Yeah, this
Everybody,
is
we
what
knew
I'm
who you was.
listening to next. That's the joint.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I'll be selecting a track or two. I'm just gonna do like a straight independent. The first half of my show is probably gonna be all
Right,
independent.
right,
You know what I
right,
mean? And that's the
right.
beauty of them allowing me to just, yo, they
Do your
told me
thing.
to play what you want
Right.
because we know your taste is
And they
right.
trust your judgment. I'm about to say they trust you. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Right.
you know what I
You can
mean?
play almost like, I'm not gonna say like anybody, but if there's an artist and he's trying to break through, but he really got some dope shit, you'll know, and you could, oh, I could play this. You know, so it's just really about the music. You know, I'm just sending you that good aesthetic.
I listen to an artist's project when they send me stuff, and then I pick something that hits me,
Right.
and I play it on my show, no matter
Right.
what it is. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right. You're personal.
Yeah, you know what I
Yeah.
mean. My shows tend to be, the first half of my shows tend to be real personal, and the second half too. But the second half is more stuff that's been out, you know, just stuff
Right.
that I want to cut up for, you know what I mean, for the ear. But the first half of my show has a purpose, and it's
Definitely.
to promote independence.
Right.
Because I'm
Nah,
an
you know, we appreciate you, man. I ain't gonna hold you. You know, this all these platforms are important, and I encourage people to create more, because it just creates the world that we want. You know, the little gatekeepers that they have in mainstream won't really mean anything if we continue to flourish and cultivate our own.
So Wu-Tang
That's
Radio
separate.
has a Twitch page, and
Okay.
it's like
Okay.
when I get my video situation and all my audio stuff set up,
Right.
so I can stream.
Oh, we got you this week. We got, you know, tomorrow. Hit
You
me
know what I
like
mean?
whenever you get time. You know?
I need like what I need, and I order it. I just, you know, put the order in for whatever, because I have some stuff already, but
Right.
whatever I don't have that I might need, like the iRig, I'll go order it right away.
For
Have
surely,
that.
right.
You know what I
The little stuff that you like, right, just to make sure you have to attack the way that you want.
mean?
Yeah.
And there's a few used GoPro higher up versions for a really good price. I think I'm gonna make a bid on them and get all it mounted, get everything set up, so I could just,
Right.
like I just need 2 shots, a shot for me and a shot over my decks, so people can see how I work. You know what I mean?
Right. No, definitely. Nah, and for me, I love that because I watch the DJs.
Yeah,
You
I'm trying to, might do a few tutorials on how to loop some shit. Like,
Right.
like just I want to put some of my knowledge out there.
Right. It's
So
needed. Nah, it's time. I think you kind of feel organically in your heart. You know, you got some people who want their roses, right? Some people looking for to be validated. You know what I mean? And then you have some people who just know that through their experiences and the things that they were able to cultivate and create are just beautiful. And that other people can learn from it. It can make other people's road a little bit easier. And so it's more for that. Like you said, you're a messenger. So now it's like, damn, how can I organically do this without going outside of who I am? And I think like, what you want to create, what you're about to create is perfect because it's right what you already been doing, but it'll allow to show the process of what you do. And I think that's
and I
dope.
know where my weaknesses are, and as a man, I'm not afraid to express that and look for help in those areas
For
because
surely. Right.
remember, I dealt with a situation where there was a promo situation team involved. I've never been in a situation where I had to do a lot of I'm learning how to
Right.
be more active on social media, posting musical stuff,
Right.
things like that. I'm a latecomer with that because
you come from the organic era.
So I'm trying to get more involved in like learning how to take my own photos, film myself.
Right.
Right.
Getting your content.
Getting my content together, and I have to consult with other people to do that.
Right.
Because I didn't have to do that. And then like when my partner passed away, I'm like, damn, I'm gonna have to figure this out because he was an ace with the graphic art and design and all the
Right.
You
had that like that little like machine around you for like to where
he
you
had
could
a
just
couple Nyko Pros that he had set up. He was the technical operation of the filming and all that shit.
Like the producer. Yeah, he's producing.
Yeah. And he allowed me to have free reign. He says, yo, you just be you, and I'm gonna take care of the filming and the recording of it. But set up the studio,
edit it up for you and all that good shit. Like
he did every last thing he said he was gonna do.
Right.
He stuck to his word, and he pushed me to be in that shit. And I says, well, what do you want me to? He said, be you as a DJ when you get on. Never told me what to play. Never told me what to not talk about. Topics I want to do, lists, announcements. He let me be me.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And that's big. That's big because sometimes when you align with people, that's always like the biggest thing that you worry about. Like, damn, like, am I going to clash with this person? Like, are they going to try to like put my hands behind my back? Are they going? And when what it let you know about him was he already evaluated you and knew. All I gotta do is put this guy. It's kind of how I feel, like meaning like when you get on the air and you get all this stuff situated, it's like you already have a lot of layers and depth. So like, now you just get to share. You just get to share, your process with people, which is already it's going to be a big thing because that helps a lot of artists like Nature. Nature, a lot of older artists who, were really humble and like introverted in a sense where they really wasn't trying to come back on some like look at me. They just wanted to, I've been doing this and I got some new music coming out and I want to present some of my older stuff. So I was like the little energy being with a lot of guys that just was like, okay, I can go get the people that's around you. So we could create our own little mini team so we can mimic whatever it was that they had at one point. It's not the same, but some guys just need a nice little foundation and you're good.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So yeah, man. I know. I kept you here for 3 hours.
Man. Thanks a lot, man. It was great, man.
Appreciate you, man. Word.
It was a pleasure being on, your platform. I like I said, I really like what you're doing. I support you 100%. You know what I mean?
I know you do, man. I really appreciate you, man. Like, sharing your time with me, taking your time out because you could have been doing a lot of other things with your time. I know you're a family man. You could be cutting up, making a couple of dollars and stuff like that. And you really sat here actively, interacted with me a full through. Time doesn't exist when you don't think about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like for me, I looked up to the left. I'm like, okay, 258. I'm like that, and we can go on like forever. And I feel like a lot of people learned a lot. I'm looking at let me send a shout out to all the people on Instagram, because Instagram, it doesn't allow me to actually comment to them. So there's a lot of people who are saying what's up, and I don't want them to think I'm ignoring them. They was tapped in, man. I mean, we got people from everywhere. Neff Beats, shout out to DJ Ransom, Hustle Hope, shout out to Kill, Shogun Wiz, D'Angelo down there from the DMV, shout out to Dykes 914, Only Joshua, what's going on, man? Shout out to YNX, Amoya, Coach Rashid, Teresa Deuce Ellis was in there. My boy Greg from Greenberg was good.
Deuce
King
Ellis, shout out to Deuce Ellis. That's
Deucey is there. Yeah.
Deuce is that dude.
Me and him was working on some. We're going to finish up some stuff too. That was he was out in Brooklyn too, so he's a genuine soul.
Yes.
I mean, who else? Gut Throat was good from Pittsburgh. This is hip hop. King Easy was good, bro. My boy F Lab, my brother, who I was speaking about earlier. They was in there, man. Terra Van Pool, shout out to you. Vinny Idol, what's up, man? Nico Brim, the young boy, he was on tour. Rhapsody, what's good? What's going on, bro? That's the young king out here, way ahead of his time doing this thing. Twine Mac, you know what I mean? What's going on with everybody, man? Push Play, Skull, my brother, Simply Smashing, Nico. I see everybody was really tapped in on because it's funny because all of these things is tied into all of the platforms, so everybody is really like tied in at one time. So
yeah,
we were on Facebook. We went through Facebook, but like on the outside, the Instagram was going nuts. Shout out to PA Dre, man, my producer. New album getting ready to come out. I think it's my best project that I have to date. Just the production and the concepts and the way he pushed me. And shout out to Andy Scrapes, man, from Mount Vernon, New York. Another dope spitter that I grew up listening to, who comes from my neighborhood. You know what I mean?
Yeah, shout out to Money Earning.
Yes, sir, man. I really want to do something like, and I haven't really spoke about this, but like for guys like Andy Scrapes and guys where I'm from, these are guys who I grew up listening to. And I haven't really been making a lot of music with people from back home. And it's not for any specific reason. It's just because I have, they're accessible, and I just wanted to kind of get to a certain point where when they actually do music with me, it'll make some sense. Man, a lot of these guys were rapping for a while and they've paid their dues, and I don't want them to have to go through the hula hoop again. And they're already cooking and making music, so it's like, when I come home, it's going to be right. We're going to do it right, and hopefully some people listen. When I come and I try to curate some, I want to prove, sometimes, people don't listen. You trying to tell people like, yo, this is the era, this is what's going on. And guys, they do it their way. And it's like, all right, well, let me just show you what I'm able to do on the road. I'm not really doing it just to like prove anything, but just organically, eventually I learn through time and patience. People start to see your ways working and they're like, okay, you know what, maybe, okay. And I get it, people being guarded and shit. You know what I mean? But man, it was a pleasure. You know what I mean? I can't, your family come up anytime.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to get together, man.
Yeah, ASAP, man. Yeah, whenever you're free. I know your schedule, my schedule is a little bit more free. As soon as one of them days when you free up and, you want to share that time, I know how it is when you get that one day and, I pull up, you pull up, whatever you want, it'll be easy.
Yeah, man, I had to do, I had to go, I had to go check on Mom Dukes today, you know what I mean? Because we got a little bit of snow in it, and the snow drift just piles it in front of her door. So I had to go over to her house and make sure she's good. Mom's getting older, man. You only get one, so I had to.
Yeah, for sure. I speak to mine every day now. Like, she's up here in Buffalo with me too, and she's in a rehabilitation center.
Nice.
And we went through our little stuff, but like it's crazy. I feel like retarded if I don't speak to my mom every day. If I don't speak to her every day, I feel like off. You know what I mean? More time.
Coming from, I've had family members, my older sister, you know what I mean? They just need support.
For sure.
They need support. And we've gone through transgressions with family members, and it's like you just try to do your due diligence to I won't even say amend, I would just say move forward.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like, because you get to an age, we had some rough shit going on when we was younger, but you get to an age where you're able to make your own journey.
For surely. Right.
So your journey, you know where you want your journey to be. So, you know, it's just like give that support and that love and get that love that might have been missed.
Right.
Because you're
Right.
still breathing. God still lets you wake up every day. So
Exactly.
that love,
Right.
you know, because I know
Because all we have is the now. You know, there's no such thing really as the future. You know, people think it's the future, but when you think about the future, you want it to be a certain way, but then you just in the now. We're always in the now. You know what I mean? So I want, you know, my mom to, and I'm sure you probably feel the same way. I want her to enjoy, you know, the rest of her time while she's here. You know what I mean? Like I want, you know, that's the best thing that we can really do for them. You know, enjoy the now.
My pop's been passed since 05. You know what I mean?
Right.
Passed since 05. So, you know, there's 11 of us.
Right.
You know,
right.
My man
right.
was no joke with it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's what I want. I always wanted like a big family like that too. I ain't gonna hold you.
Much love to you, brother. And,
love too, man. I appreciate you, man.
Yo,
word.
You know, stay in contact. You know,
shout
out to everybody who tapped in.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to the whole 716 family, my New York family, all that.
Yes, sir.
But all right, man. Good looks.
All right, man. I appreciate you, man. Take care, man. I'll speak to you soon.
Thank you for having me.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Peace.
Yeah, man. That was another episode of Out the Frame, man, with the legend, man, Optimus Prime, man, Buffalo, New York's own. Also from, you know, he explained earlier from the Bronx. And you know, this is what I love, you know, being able to have a platform where people can share a safe space and articulate a lot of their experiences, because that's where I learn from. I learn directly from people. You know, I'm like a guy who likes to be hands-on, and you know, this music shit has been very lucrative for me. I've met a lot of dope people, producers, artists, and this is the life I've been living as a creative, which has healed me, you know, because I'm doing something that I love. And a lot of people don't get to do things that they love. And it's a battle sometimes because we have a system, we have a lot of different things that transpire. And but at the same time, it's just one of those things where, you know, I'm all about the love. I don't care who you are, everybody needs to heal. Like, people can't fool me anymore. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how much money you got. I have rich friends who hate their lives. I have people who don't really have as much in a financial, on a surface level, and they love their lives. That's enough for me to understand how life is. And I have people who, you know, deal with things that's in their subconscious, and they bottle up a lot of emotions. And I understand just humans. I just understand how humans are. So that's why I'm not scared to speak about these things. My music is a reflection of that. You know, when I speak directly to people, it's more so, you know, people can't fool me, because I can always tell, you know, a bit about a person by their moral compass and the energy that they kind of present on like a regular basis. You know, I can tell when a person is damaged, you know, and that's not from a negative judgmental standpoint. It's just, you know, I could be around a young lady. I can tell when a young lady's damaged. You know, I just listen to her. You know, just observe a bit. I can tell when a king been through a lot of shit. You know, people who are very damaged, you know, they're very expressive. You know, they tell you everything, you know, because sometimes people who are damaged, they need to be validated. And that just comes with it. And so for me, it's one of those things where I'm just focused on healing. I just feel like it's very important. And when you heal, you can resurrect and you can become your normal self, you know? So we're always on that journey. You know, I'm always on that journey. I'm always trying to, you know, better myself. You know what I mean? But without further ado, man, I appreciate you guys tuning in. You know, I'm about to, you know, I'm going to leave out of here. I'm going to play the intro to my next album. And then, you know, I'm going to get out of here. You know what I mean? I appreciate everybody tuning in. It's your boy, Kill Ali, and I'm tuning out.
Serious Styles.
I was hovering the land, I made the devil wait. When I was walking out of hell, I seen the devil's face. I got the power from the gods, I made them levitate. I got the power from the gods. I was hovering the land, I made the devil wait. When I was walking out of hell, I seen the devil's face. I got the power from the gods, I made them levitate. I got the power from the gods. I see Shit of my dreams, I be warning niggas before it happened. The ego of a fool who be lying, but never fought for scraps. Crazy situations, almost dying, man, I've been there. King rings blown, seen it flying in the thin air. Came up out that gutter, they so butter, still they hate they wife. 40 with no options, still the youngest think it's great advice. To run around the city with them dummies, living lowest life. Voices out the TV, swear to God, my hood is poltergeist. As I'm walking through the darkness, I will fear no evil. Still cerebral, zombies want that poison for them little needles. Death will leave you in a place of darkness where they barely see you. Cause they really trying to keep you. Yeah.
Answer is no, that's speculative. What it does make very clear is that the entire cosmos was created for the drama of redemption, as Calvin said. The cosmos is a theater of God's redemption, what would take place here in order to save sinful humanity. So we have no reason to believe there's any other story out there. There's nothing in Scripture that says there can't be some form of life somewhere. But what we are told is that the cosmos was created in order that on this planet, Jesus Christ in space and time and history would come to save sinful humanity.
Hey yo, favorite hustler. Just because these niggas never knew I pitched, crucifix. Got away from kings who tend to ruin bricks. Hit the table, gotta back that work. We talking 2 to 6. I'm line kings who travel through the desert like a moving fist. Eat clean. The temple is a valley with a pathway that represents emotions from the people that we truly miss. Betrayal from a person you help, watching their motives switch. My gun Moses, bullets surf your waves until your ocean split. I'm devilish at times when I need to. How I'm supposed to get when people closest, feeling like they curry but they often miss. I'm feeling golly. Started from the liquid out my mother's tit. They come around me only to enjoy what's on my bucket list. Y'all ain't part of the covenant. I'm in the stew. A nigga sitting here like where the summer went. Yeah. And it's still fuck the government. The kings and the queens aligning. A nigga loving it. Yeah. I know my mission cause it came from God. They stole a vision and they changed the God. I know my mission cause it came from God. They stole a vision and they changed the God. Yeah. I know my mission cause it came from God. They stole a vision and they changed the God. Yeah. I know my mission cause it came from God. They stole a vision. Yeah. I grew up a different way, I got a different passion. My inner savage is the reason I can get through traffic. I'm moving faster than the being who's sitting there laughing. I see success making my business, it's at home and crafted. I'm moving right past you, bypass niggas, it's gastric, my niggas dragons. So be careful when we talk, we burn niggas to ashes and burn the pillars to the people who really was gassing. I'm everlasting, feeling like I'm Madden when I come out. Nigga, I'm shape-shifting. I'm feeling like I'm Saturn when the sun out. Solar, carbon energy will never run out. Demons will never lurk, I got people pulling them guns out. Yeah, I know my mission cause it came from God. They stole a vision and they changed the God. I know my mission cause it came from God. They stole a vision and they changed the God. Yeah, I know my mission cause it came from God. They stole a vision and they changed the God. Yeah, I know my mission cause it came from God. They stole a vision. Yeah.